The following is a production of CUTV Sports. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Commodore Stadium in Perryopolis, Pennsylvania, where tonight the Beth Center Bulldogs come to take on the Frazier Commodores in this Tri-County South matchup. Hello, everybody. My name is Tyler Harris, and alongside me is Zach Lamar. Zach, it should be a pretty interesting matchup, to say the least.
Absolutely, Tyler. This one might be for bragging rights in the Tri-County South. Both of these teams at the top of the standings in the conference. Whoever comes away will have a clear advantage with only 2 weeks left in the season.
We'll start off with Beth Center, Zach, coming off a pretty impressive win last week.
Yeah, they defeated Jefferson Morgan 54-7, and JM was a pretty good competition for them, but they handled them pretty fairly at home. And then Frazier defeating Avella 33-9. Avella, that was their first loss on the season. Frazier only one loss. They lost to Carmichael's earlier in the year.
Absolutely. We thought Jefferson Morgan might be a team to compete with this year, but it seems like these teams coming up through the Tri-County South are taking care of them pretty good. Frazier doing the same thing to them earlier in the year. So anyways, we go to the last meeting, Zach, and the last meeting between Beth Center and Frazier was a pretty good one, to say the least.
Absolutely, Tyler. It came down to the final minute with about a minute left. 4th and goal from the 15-yard line. A last attempt pass was good for the touchdown. Frazier came away with the win 21-14 at Beth Center. So Beth Center, now that they're the road team, they're going to look for some revenge here at Commodore Stadium.
Absolutely. It's a good time to do it, Zach. You're getting towards the end of the year now. Things are starting to get a little bit tricky to see who's going to get that first spot in the conference, and this is a good way to prove it now. So when we come back, everybody, the action will take place here at Commodore Stadium, so stay tuned right here on CUTV.
Watch CUTV online anytime, anywhere. Check out your favorite original programs, coverage of the biggest events on campus, and cheer on your Vulcan sports teams. CUTV. Log on. Tune in now. Visit cutv.calu.edu/live.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Packers. Viking. Packers. Viking. Viking.
Red state, blue state, vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Optimist.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities,
Live.
our families,
United.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
High School Roundup, bringing you the best coverage of high school football in Western Pennsylvania. Tune in for scores, highlights, analysis, and the best plays from the previous week, plus previews and predictions of the week's biggest games, standings from across the region, and news from around the state. High School Roundup. Catch it. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays on CUTV.
Friday Night Lights High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by First Niagara, JD Waterproofing, UPMC Health Plan, the Physical Therapy Institute, Lee Supply Company, and of course Trip Total Media. We thank you for your support. And Zach, we welcome you all back to Commodore Stadium here in Perryopolis, Pennsylvania, the hometown of Frazier. And you look at your tail of the tape, Zach, pretty good stats there, Zach, if you look at them. Pretty comparable teams.
Absolutely. The offense is both high-powered. The defense is, though, 8.5 points against average for Frazier, 4.8 for Beth Center. Both these teams, 4-game winning streak and a 6-game winning streak. These teams are definitely the two of the best in Tri-County South. This has to be, without a doubt, one of the best football matchups you're going to see all year in Single A.
Absolutely. We thank JD Waterproofing for sponsoring our tail of the tape this week. And Zach, I mean, like I said, you look at the stats, Beth Center rolling on 6 current wins right now. I believe that's one of the longest active streaks in the WPIAL right now. Now that Clarion lost a few weeks back, Avella held the streak for a little while as well, and they just lost last week. So now it's kind of up in the air, sitting in the low numbers, no longer in the double digits like it used to be. So the WPIAL is becoming a very, very competitive league.
Absolutely, Tyler, and I think Beth Center has it. I know Shadyside is 6-0, Washington, teams like that are 6-0 too, so they're up there with some of the best teams as far as winning consistently goes. And you can't take anything away from Frazier as well. They've won 4 in a row, and I think that's attributed to both these teams have senior quarterbacks this year. Let's see, Gino Fietta for Beth Center, he's a senior. He's number 12. You'll look at him on your screen tonight, I'm sure. And then Charles Manick is the senior quarterback for Frazier. So both these quarterbacks have been through the years with the offenses, with the coaches, and they've produced some consistent winning results as well.
Absolutely. They each have a lot of weapons to go to. We saw that last year's game. If you were here in attendance, you would have saw the fourth quarter controversial play to end the game that worked out in Frazier's favor. Now, as we said in the open, Zach, Beth Center's back, and they want to make an impact, and they want to show revenge for that last couple seconds, really, that last couple second play.
Yeah, it came down to the final minute, like we said in the open, and then from 15 yards out, Charles Manick found his receiver in the back of the end zone, and it looked like he got the foot down, but it might have been on the line, which would have marked him out, and that was 4th and goal, so that would have changed the entire tide of the game. But tonight, we come to Commodore Stadium, the forecast 59 degrees, 5-mile-an-hour winds, about a 10% chance of rain. It rained earlier in the day, Tyler, so the field's going to be a little bit soggy and muddy. I know we're up here on top of the truck. It's a little slippery from all the perspiration that's going on from the clouds, but it's still a good night for football as the clouds are starting to come over and sunset has passed us. We're ready for some Friday night lights.
Absolutely. We go back to talking about the field, Zach. It's still a grass field. It's not like any of the turf stadiums that you've seen. A lot of the schools in the WPIAL adapt to. A lot of the single-A schools like this kind of like to stick with the grassy field. The painted lines that were probably painted just this morning by the janitorial staff from the school. It's a beautiful facility, really, Zach. It's very historic, very old. The field goal post still being held up by 2 individual posts. And, I mean, it's a great stadium to be at. The addition of the play clock, which was mandatory by the WPIAL a few years back. It's just a great facility to be at, Zach. I really enjoyed here. It's very historic. And if I'm a Frazier football player, I'm proud to be here because, I mean, teams from years past, decades and decades ago, played on the same field as they're playing on now. So, I mean, that's pretty honorable.
Absolutely, and I know my high school down in Georgia, they went to a turf field a few years ago, and I always like watching the game on grass because it's more natural. It plays differently than turf does. As we're about to see kickoff from Beth Center, Frazier to receive.
Frazier won the toss, so they elected to receive this half, and that's what they're going to do. Kickoff's away. Player takes it right around the 5-yard line. He's going to take it upfield. He's not brought down yet, though. He's going to keep scrummaging around until he's brought down by a Beth Center team.
And we do have a flag on the play there, Tyler. It might be a late after the play personal foul penalty or maybe a face mask. But it is against Beth Center. So it's going to be a 15-yard penalty from the end of the kick. Frazier's going to have really good field position to start the game off.
Yeah, it was an unnecessary roughness call on Beth Center, Zach. We'll take a look at the replay and see if we possibly can see it. at the end. It's definitely at the end of the play. It's after the whistle was blown dead. A best center player maybe taking out some frustration or trying to shake off those nerves that were there. There you see it right there in front of your screen, right around the right around the 30-yard line rather. So that's going to attack 15 extra yards to the kickoff return for Frazier, and that's where they're going to set up shop.
Yeah, they will start from the 33-yard line, just underway here tonight at Commodore Stadium. You see Charles Manick, I mentioned him before. He's out there to lead the Commodores offense.
Manick's going to take the snap. He's going to hand off to his right. There it goes, up the right side, and he'll go down.
And that looked
for
like
a
it was,
short gain.
Or sorry, right there, Tyler, looked like it was number 14, Nicholas Smolik. He's a junior running back, getting the first carry of the game. You see right there, number 14. Might be calling his name a lot tonight too, because Beth Center, their defense is really good, Tyler. So if Frazier wants to score some points, they have to do it early and consistently in this game to come away with the victory.
Absolutely. That was a gain of 3 yards there for the running back. It'll be 2nd and 7, ball in the 36. Manick takes a snap. He's going to look left. He's going to throw left to his receiver. It's caught. And he'll go upfield, and he'll be brought down violently right around the 45-yard line for the first down.
Yeah, an early conversion right there for a new set of downs, Tyler. That was number 12, Hunter Patterson, on the completion, a sophomore wide receiver. Only stands at 5'8", but it was a very short pass right around the line of scrimmage. He just ran upfield for a few yards, got the first down at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10.
Absolutely. Manick looks like a pretty confident quarterback back there. As we said, he's a senior, so he's had a lot of time with this coaching staff and this offense to get acquainted, especially now that this is the 6th game of the year.
And now it looks like, Tyler, we might have an encroachment penalty against Beth Center. So 2 early penalties so far in the game. We'll have to see if that plays effect in the game later on. We get the call. It was encroachment against Beth Center, so that's going to be a free 5 yards. 1st and 5 right at midfield now for Frazier.
Jacob Girvin, a senior offensive lineman, Zach, really amped up so far this game. He's really getting this offensive line motivated and getting the rest of his offense as well in the huddle motivated. He is listed as a cornerback on our roster, but I believe he's supposed to be a center. So nonetheless, a lot of impact players. Manick takes a snap. He's a handoff to his right to his running back, and he's going to go up the right side, and he'll be brought down right around the 44-yard line for a very short gain.
Very short gain right there. It will be enough for a first down, though, Tyler. It's going to be around the 44, 43-yard line. And again, that was Nicholas Smolik going to the right side again, getting to the outside, and doing a good job of getting some yards, just enough for the first down. 10.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
I said a very short gain, Zach. I had my 45-yard lines mixed up, so I apologize for that one. That was an 11-yard gain. So 1st and 10 for Manick as he hands it up. Off the center it goes, and he'll be brought down this time for what looks like a loss of yardage.
Yeah, about a loss of 1 right there. I believe the runner was number 2, Dakota Hickson. We'll have to see on our replay. It was hard to tell because I thought Smolik had the ball, and I looked down, and there was another runner with it. We'll try and see here on our replay. Hard to tell the numbers. Looks like it might start with a 4. Looks like it might be Zachary Mostowski, a senior running back, probably playing the fullback in that certain set.
Absolutely. There's a lot of options for this Frazier team to go to, Zach, and they're going to utilize them all they can against this best center defense, which has held pretty strong all season.
Yeah, like we said, allowing only 4.8 points per game. And a lot of the games they've had have not really been close. We said last week they defeated Jefferson Morgan 54-7. And now Jeff Morgan is a pretty good team, but Beth Center is really showing why they're dominant in the top of the Tri-County South.
Absolutely. Manick will drop back and throw to his right. He has a receiver open, and it's caught, and he holds his feet up. That's going to be a touchdown for Frazier. They strike first.
And that was number 6, Nathaniel Zurich, a junior tight end on the reception. Wide open, a couple Beth Center defenders around him, but none close enough to get the pass. And we'll see here on our replay, it was a fake handoff, so a fake draw play. Manick drops back, throws it over the top of the Beth Center's defense, and Zurich almost slipped there, it looked like, so that would have been a bad disadvantage for Frazier. Now they're going to go for the extra point. Looks like they might actually look like they're going to go for 2.
That they will, as Manick will take the snap. Actually, it's not Manick. It's going to be number 12 for Patterson. Patterson's going to be brought down, though. Flags everywhere on the play. That might be a face mask, Zach.
It looked like it. The way that his head was wrapped around, that's Hunter Patterson. We called his name before. As now there's another flag. There's flags flying everywhere. There's 3 separate flags on this play. Two of them, I think, for one play, in particular the face mask possibility. And then another, we'll have to see exactly what it was for. Might be offsetting here. So we're going to keep it here till we get the call. Normally we'd go to break, but we have to see what the call is going to be on the field, Tyler.
I think this other call might be against Beth Center also, Zach. I think for arguing with the referee that they're going to dock off more yardage for Beth Center. And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a personal foul. They're going to be offsetting. Well, that one's going to be declined, rather. The offsetting penalty is going to be declined. So I believe Frazier's going to get another chance at this one, Zach.
They are. We'll look at the touchdown again, Tyler, but from looking at the referee, I think what happens, there's offsetting, or there's actually another penalty on the play too, Tyler. So we'll get it here. A personal foul against Beth Center, a personal foul against Frazier. Those offset. Now a personal foul face mask against Beth Center. So it will retry the 2-point conversion. As you see the touchdown on your screen right there. But just to clarify everything that's going on to our viewers at home, there is going to be a re-attempt for the 2-point conversion, or maybe even an extra point attempt.
Actually, not to get anything else wrong again, I believe both penalties go against Beth Center here, Zach. I think the first one was a face mask, the second one being a personal foul. A Beth Center player was arguing with the referee after the play, and he threw the flag after he got in his face. So I believe that's 2 penalties for Beth Center. Frazier committing no penalties there. But nonetheless, this puts the ball at basically the 1-inch mark, Zach, for the extra point attempt.
I don't even know if this really an extra point attempt is. The running back will get in. That's Nicholas Smolik. He'll get in. Look like number 14. It is good. So it is 8-0 Frazier when we come back.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
You are watching CUTV, California University Television.
Welcome back to Commodore Stadium here in Perryopolis, Pennsylvania, where you just witnessed Frazier tack on the first points of the game and get the 2-point conversion to make it 8-0 against their rivals. The Beth Center team is looking a little bit difficult right now on defense, but they're looking to improve here on their next offensive possession. The Beth Center player fumbles the ball, but he's going to pick it back up, run up the left side, up the middle he goes. And he'll be brought down immediately by the Commodores defense, special teams. Back to the 15-yard line is where the Bulldogs will start this game.
And now we're going to look at the touchdown one more time, Tyler. A fake handoff right there to the running back, Smolik. Manick back to pass, finds his tight end, Nathaniel Zurich, deep and open, right about the 10-yard line, and he runs all the way in for the score. Makes it 8-0 after an interesting series of events after a touchdown was actually scored.
Absolutely. We see now Zachary Mostowski on defense playing the linebacker position right now, trying to get the crowd into this as much as possible. They want them to be the 12th man in this game. Quarterback takes a snap. He's going to hand it up the middle, and he'll be brought down immediately by that sea of red from Frazier.
And that was Matt Riggle, number 4 on the run. He's a senior. They had a couple running backs on that set. That play able to go nowhere. It was about a loss of 3 yards. So at the 15-yard line now, 2nd and 13.
2nd and 13 for the Bulldogs. Gino Fayetta, the quarterback, he's going to look to lead this offense downfield. Receiver in motion. Fayetta takes a snap. He handed it off up the running back. The running back's going to be brought down for a very short gain, maybe 1 yard on that one.
Yeah, he got right back to the line of scrimmage, took a tumble. That looked like number 13 on the play, although I don't have a number 13. Maybe it's 23, hard to tell from here. We see in our replay, it's number 33 actually, so Anthony Welsh, a sophomore on the carry. 3rd and 11 from the 17.
Faeta takes a snap. He hands it. He's going to keep the ball actually himself. He dodges one defender and he throws it, but he's met immediately by Frazier's cornerback. Great play from Frazier.
Yeah, Charles Manick, he is the quarterback for the Frazier offense. He's also the linebacker for Frazier's defense. And the intended receiver was number 4, Matt Riggle. He's the senior running back we mentioned before. He dropped out into a flat and went down the field a little bit too. Thought there might have been a penalty. He was looking for a flag, but no late hit or anything like that, illegal contact. So it'll be 4th and 11. Beth Center, their offense stalled on their first drive.
Frazier would definitely like to have a block here to pin back Beth Center even further. Kick is away though. It's a high, short one. The ball's going to bounce and take a stop right around the, what looks like the 46-yard line, and that's where Frazier's going to set up shop again on this drive. You look, Zach, you look at the Tri-County South right now and how it shapes up. These teams are 1-2 in the division, Zach. Frazier with 1 loss, and Beth Center sitting atop with none. If Frazier wins this game, they have a chance to make the top seed.
Like we said in our open before the broadcast started, whoever wins this game has bragging rights in the Tri-County South. They are on their way to possibly clinching Tri-County South with the 2 weeks remaining in the schedule.
Manick hands it up the middle to his running back. He's going to stay on his feet, and he's eventually brought down right around the 32-yard line. Big run for Frazier.
That's a gain of 13. That was number 14, Nicholas Smolik. So he's getting a lot of work early, not just focusing on the pass game, Frazier is. So having your running back involved there as we see him subbed out now is going to be good for Frazier if they want to score. They've already scored more points than Beth Center has allowed on average this season with 8 so far in the game.
There's going to be an official timeout here, Zach. The referees want to talk something over with the Beth Center head coach. The head coach for Beth Center being Ed Woods. So they're going to talk something over with him. But Zach, so far, I mean, you look at the schedule that we have for CUTV, and we look at the games coming up throughout the season, and we pick which ones will be good and which ones might be so good. But we looked at this one earlier in the year, and we realized that this is definitely going to be one of those games that we're going to be looking forward to later in the season.
Absolutely. Looks like that the players might have lost some communication out on the field, so we have to get the play call directly. Coach is talking to the players now, an official's timeout with 7:53 left, so a little bit of delay here in the game, but absolutely, Tyler, this one, and I think the game Jeff Morgan against Carmichael's our first game of the season on CUTV High School Football Game of the Week. That one turned out to be a blowout win by Carmichael's, a bit surprising to some of us. This one, though, has to be the best one we've done all season, in my opinion. Both these teams very successful. Sometimes you get a matchup that's a good team against a not so good team, middle of the pack. But tonight you're seeing 2 of the top teams in single A.
Absolutely, especially in the Tri-County South as well. That's where their problems currently lie right now. Single A is a good picture to look at with the Black Hills as well, but you want to focus on your own conference. Manick takes a snap, passes it to his receiver to the left. That's going to be completed to Dakota Hickson for a short gain of about 4 yards.
The senior Manick finds his fellow senior Hickson on the play. A gain of about 5 yards, so 2nd and 5 from the 32. Or excuse me, 2nd and 5 from the 27. The board just updated for us. So Frazier's offense really moving the ball well so far.
Absolutely, executing well the running game and the pass attack game as well. Not doing too much of one or the other. Manick takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to his running back. And he's going to go up the right side. Eventually, he's going to be brought down and pushed out of bounds for a short gain of maybe 2 or 3 yards.
So this will bring up an interesting 3rd down for Frazier. Beth Center's defense, they've been playing well all year. They really need to step up now. They can't let this game get out of control early. Yeah, 2 possessions isn't big when it's still the first quarter, but you're playing at Frazier. Last year you were home, so you had the ability to come back with your fans being the 12th man. But the Frazier fans so far, they have been loud and rowdy and cheering on their Commodores tonight.
Absolutely. It's a great school-spirited school here. Manick takes snap, looks right, and he's going to throw. and it'll be brought down for another short gain, possibly a first down here, Zach, but we're going to let the officials just figure out that one.
It is going to be a first down, Tyler, marked at the 20-yard line. That would be 2 yards past where the new set of downs would be. So now Frazier entering the red zone. I believe for the first time tonight, their first touchdown came on a pass outside the red zone from about the 30-yard line, 35-yard line. Now we'll have to see what Frazier can do with some limited space out on the field, if Beth Center's defense can contract them a little bit and cause a big turnover.
Manick takes a snap. He's going to look to his right. He's going to throw deep into the end zone. He has a receiver there, but he's not able to come up with it, just a little overthrown.
It was a good pass right there. Dakota Hickson, the intended receiver in the end zone. Looks like both the defender and Hickson were getting into it a little bit. No flag on the play for interference. I guess the referees letting them go with that one. But Manick's pass just a little bit too far. If it was a little bit shorter, Hickson might have come down with that one for the big score.
Absolutely. Beth Center really needs to figure out a way on defense to stop that outside run that Frazier's been pulling off so far in the first quarter. 6:47 left in it, but they got to figure out a way to try to force Frazier to go more up the middle than outside. Manick hands off to his running back, number 14. That's Nicholas Smolik, and he'll be brought down for a short gain.
Yeah, a gain of about 2 yards on that play, Tyler. So we'll bring up 3rd and 8. They're actually going to call it 3rd and 9 from the 19. So 3rd and long on this play. You have to imagine not so many single A schools have good field goal kickers. There's the few exceptions every once in a while, but let's see if Frazier doesn't get it here, or they bring up a 4th and short if they decide to go for it based on where they're going to be pinning Beth Center at if they don't convert.
Well, there's no kicker really listed on Frazier's roster, Zach, so that's not too uncommon to see either. It's just none listed. And it looks like Frazier's going to take a timeout. I believe that's going to be their first one of the evening with 6:04 left in the first quarter. But let's go ahead, Zach, and take a look at Frazier's upcoming schedule. I mean, you'll see the schedule from the past of what they've had to go through. And there you see the first game of the season, destroying Geibel 81-0. And I believe that score was first quarter. You go to Carmichael's, you take your first loss of the season, and then after that, you never look back.
Absolutely, and Carmichael's was riding a lot of momentum early in the season. Carmichael's actually lost to this Beth Center team the week after that, 28-22. And Carmichael's almost blew the game right there that they defeated Frazier, and Frazier had a late comeback, just not enough time left to complete it. But Frazier, they're 5-1, their only loss being a good loss to a very good Carmichael's team. And we looked at the standings before. You have to imagine Carmichael's, Frazier, and Beth Center are all going to get in the playoffs this year. It's just going to come down between possibly Avella and Jeff Morgan. Looks like Avella is going to have the advantage there right now, but you never know. Late season collapses late in the season for either team.
Absolutely. You never know when those late season collapses could happen. We saw it with Lavella last year, who was sitting at 5-0 and lost their final 4 games of the year and also lost their chance at the playoffs. So you never want to see that happen. Manning's going to take the snap, pump fake left, and he's going to throw left. He has a receiver there. And he turned to the right, turned back to the left. Not able to come up with it, though, but there's a flag on the play.
Got to see exactly what this penalty is for. Looks like it's going to be a holding against Frazier, I believe, the way the referees are talking to each other. But Tyler, it's starting to sprinkle a little bit. We're getting some raindrops on our heads. I can see them coming down from the sky. So we'll have to see how that plays into the game later on. 5:53 left in the first. Still a lot of time left. We're going to have to see if both teams can play through the weather, or it's just going to end up being a low-scoring game if the field starts to get a little bit muddy. They'll lose some traction out there on the field. That's the one thing that grass might give you an advantage over turf. And it looks like there's going to be no penalty on the play, Tyler, so that actually plays into Beth Center more than it does to Frazier, because now it's 4th down instead of a retry at 3rd down where Frazier could have gotten a big score.
Absolutely. It'll be 4th and 9. Ball located on the 19-yard line, Zach, so we'll see how Frazier tries to come up with this 4th down conversion. Manick under center, 2 receivers to his left. He's going to take the snap, look left. He's pressured, but he throws, gets the throw off, and it's way overthrown. Flag on the play, though, and it looks like that's going to be a pass interference against Beth Center. Just by the looks of what Hunter Patterson is jumping up and down about.
We'll have to look at it after the call, Tyler, on the replay, but I'm a little bit surprised that there's a pass interference on that play. That ball looked like it could have been uncatchable from my eyes right here, about maybe 4 or 5 yards down the field from the receiver. Holding It's defensive holding. It's an automatic first down, though, Tyler, so that really hurts Beth Center. Their defense has a few early penalties already in the game, but like I said, it might not have been a pass interference because it was an uncatchable ball, but the holding will still get you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why the ball was overthrown by so much, Zach. I guess Beth Center was maybe grabbing onto the jersey of Patterson just a little bit too much, and the referee noticed it. So that's going to be an automatic first down, as you said, Zach, and that gives Frazier 4 more downs to work with. That's been 4 penalties for 32 yards for Beth Center, Zach, especially being in the first quarter. That's way too many penalties, and that's way too much yardage.
Yeah, they're really going to have to clean up their game tonight if they want to come away with a victory. If they win tonight, they clinch a playoff spot, I believe, if I'm correct. So they need to clean their game up really fast with 5:54 left in the first quarter.
Manick's going to hand off to the right, and he's going to be brought down by the white jerseys of Beth Center very hard. And there's another flag on the play. I believe that's going to be unnecessary roughness, probably a late hit penalty on Beth Center.
Again, we'll look at it after the call, Tyler, but I believe you're right, either a face mask or a unnecessary roughness on the play. Beth Center really, they're showing their frustration through their play, and they can't let that happen if they want to change this around. That would be a 10-yard penalty, I believe, as we can hear our Frazier fans right next to us chanting, "You can't do that." Like we said, Frazier really having a tough man. They actually, Tyler, though, have recalled the flag. There's no flag on the play. Believe the player's helmet came off after the play.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the replay, Zach. And there's the player's helmet rolling to the left. So that's what the original penalty was called for. But there should be no penalty on the play. It's going to be now 2nd and 11. Ball located on the 11.
That's actually going to bring up a 2nd and goal, Tyler.
Yep.
I believe they were inside the 10-yard line, maybe around the 8 or 9. So 2nd and goal now for Frazier. 5:47 left.
Manick's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it up the middle. It goes. And the ball is loose. And it looks like Frazier might have gotten on top of that one, but we'll see what happens once they let up off the pile. But I believe the ball went back into the hands of a down Frazier offensive lineman.
And it did. From where we were at, there was 2 Frazier offensive linemen there and about 1 Beth Center player. As you see right here on the replay, the ball will come out. You see a couple players trying to attack after it, but Beth Center, that would have been a big turnover for them, not able to come up with it. Frazier now has another opportunity from 3rd and 11, so they didn't get anywhere on that play.
It's going to be 3rd and goal now. Manick under center. He's going to take the snap, looks left, and throws deep to the corner of the end zone. The receiver's there, and it looks like he's going to catch it. Touchdown for Frazier. Dakota Hickson. What a catch in the end zone.
An absolutely spectacular play, Tyler. I'm surprised Hickson came down with that ball. Looks like as he was turning, the ball might have slipped out a little bit. We'll see in our replay here as we have camera 3 over there. We'll get a better view here as Hickson comes down with it. And he's able to cradle the ball and come down with it. So a big touchdown there for Frazier as it looks like they'll go for 2 again.
Absolutely. You saw the arm underneath the ball in between the surface of the grass as well, Zach. So I believe that would have been a catch in the NFL as well. So great job by holding on to that one as the quarterback now throws deep into the corner of the end zone again, but that one will be batted away by Beth Center. It looks like that's going to be Jesse McQuillis in on the stop there. So when we come back, the rest of first quarter action right here on CUTV.
Explore new worlds. Read. Visit literacy.gov and let the journey begin.
You're watching CUTV, California University Television.
And we welcome you back to Commodore Stadium here for CUTV's High School Game of the Week, and Frazier leads Best Center, as you see on your First Niagara scoreboard, 14-0. Best Center's going to take the kickoff. He's going to go up the middle, and he'll be brought down right around the 40-yard line.
And Tyler, some extracurriculars again on the play, but no flags this time. As we look at the touchdown again, the miraculous catch by Dakota Hickson in the end zone. As he comes down with it, cradles the ball in his arm, puts the arm down, the ball doesn't pop out. But Tyler, an interesting note, this 14-point lead is the largest deficit Beth Center has faced all season. They've dominated their competition this year. Now they'll have to see if they can play the comeback trail as well.
Absolutely, as we see them take offense now. Hands it off to the running back up the middle. He goes, and he'll be brought down by the Commodores. Tough defense so far from Frazier.
That's a 1-yard gain on the play. I believe that was, we'll have to see on our replay exactly who that was. I could not tell from the side. I could only see the shoulder number as Gino Fayetta comes to the sideline to get a play. It looks like we're not going to have a replay on this one, so we'll have to see later on who it was. Looks like it might have been number 33 again, though, Anthony Welsh.
Fayetta under center. Takes a snap, he looks right, and he's going to throw on the screen. It's caught. He's going to take it upfield. He's going to follow his blocks, and he's going to be brought down for what looks like it's going to be a first down right around the 50-yard line.
If it's not a first down, Tyler, it's going to be extremely close, maybe inches short. It looks like they might actually have a measurement for this one, I believe. They take an official's timeout, and that was a good screen pass as we see on our replay. The receiver, number 4, Matt Riggle, caught the ball, was able to come back with it, and then break down the field away from some blocks and defenders. As I think we are going to get a measurement here, Tyler, and try and decide if this is a first down or not.
Like we said, Zach, it's going to be very close, and we'll see the sticks come out now and measure up. We'll see what the referees decide upon. And they are going to say it's a first down for Best Center. So Best Center getting some offensive production now, Zach, without the help of any penalties or anything, with 4:01 left in the first quarter. Best Center is going to look to finally put a drive on and try to get some points up on the board, not let Frazier get to too much of a big lead.
Yeah, they're right at midfield now, so only 50 yards separates them and a score with 3:56 left in the first quarter. They can score here in the waning minutes of the first. They'll put themselves in good position to come back.
Hands it off to his running back. He'll go up the right side. That's Walsh on the carry, and he'll be brought down for a first down and a little bit more as he steps out of bounds by what looks like around the 40-yard line.
He did step out of bounds. It is a new first down. He barely stepped out, though, Tyler. We're not going to be able to see it on our replay, I believe, but his foot, I believe the back of his foot, his heel area, hit the line, and he tried to keep going, though, until the referee blew the whistle and the play dead.
Absolutely. You take a look at that replay, Zach, and you see him doing all that he can to keep his legs moving and not be brought down by that Frazier team, and he did a pretty good job of it, getting the first down.
We have the ball on the 38-yard line, so that was a gain of 12, Tyler. First and 10, 3:43 left.
Fayetta takes a snap, hands it off to his left, and he'll go up the middle, and he's going to go back to the left side, back up the center he goes, and he has one to beat, and he can't beat him. But nonetheless, that's a big run for number 31 for Best Center. It looks like we don't have him on our roster, though, Zach.
I believe that was number 3, Jason Stay. He's a junior running back. I saw the 3 on that one, too. I don't believe there was a 1, though, as we see on our replay. It is number 3, Jason Stay. And they're setting themselves in premium field position, as right now the drive is around the 8-yard line, started at the 40 on their own side of the field.
Absolutely. They're driving the ball very well as we have a timeout on the field, Zach. It looks like Best Center might have taken that one. Well, let's go ahead, Zach, and look at Best Center's schedule coming up. You see them, they had a fairly easy start to the season with 2 wins. They go to Carmichael's, and you escape that one there. Go to Bentworth. You play at home against Bentworth, beat them. West Green beat them. Jeff Morgan beat them. It's becoming pretty much a pattern, Zach, but now you have 2 pretty difficult matchups now with Frazier and Avella, and then you end the season with Ascension.
Yeah, and Tyler, like I said, if Beth Center wins tonight, they clinch a playoff spot because they only have technically 1 conference game left in Avella, at Avella. They end the season with Vincentian, who I think is going to enter the Tri-County South next season. but they've been playing a Tri-County South schedule just for non-conference matchups, and Vincentian's come away with a couple of victories in those, but the top teams in the Tri-County South have really beat up on Vincentian, so that looks like it could be a big win at the end of the season for Beth Center.
Absolutely. First and goal for Beth Center. He pitches it to the right. He's going to take it, use his speed, and he gets to the end zone. And that should be a touchdown for Beth Center. Beth Center finally gets 6 points up on the board.
And it's hard to see from this angle, Tyler. We have a couple of the players in the Beth Center sideline, the stands as well. We look on the replay, a pitch play to the right. That was number 33, Anthony Welsh, excuse me. Hits a helmet right there as he plows into the end zone. That was number 14 for Frazier. Nicholas Smolik put helmet to helmet right there, and they can cut this deficit to 7 or possibly even 6 if they go for 2.
I'm not sure exactly what Beth Center does for extra points or field goals, but it looks like they're going to line up for the extra point conversion. John Burdar on the attempt. The kick is up, and the kick is definitely good as it's hit high and out of the stadium. Nonetheless, that's going to add another point to the scoreboard, and Beth Center only trails by 7 points. When we come back, rest of first half action right here on CUTV.
You're watching CUTV, California University Television.
And we welcome you back to Commodore Stadium here for CUTV's High School Game of the Week. And you see on your First Niagara scoreboard, Frazier currently leads Beth Center 14-7. 3:25 here left in the first quarter. Zach, it's been a pretty impressive game so far.
Absolutely, it has, Tyler. Bernard's kick is away, fielded around the 5-yard line, and being taken back by Frazier now.
Frazier takes it up the middle. There's a flag on the play. He'll be brought down what looks like around the 20-25-yard line, but as we said, there's a flag on the play, and another one now just thrown, so we'll see what these two flags are all about.
I believe the first one's probably going to be blocking the back or holding, probably against Frazier. The second one might be an unnecessary roughness or personal foul at the end. We'll see. Personal foul against Beth Center and personal foul against Frazier. So I believe those will offset, and the end of the run or the end of the kick is where they'll start.
Zach, we'll go ahead and take a look at that touchdown again. A little bit of a helmet-to-helmet at the end of the play as we see the run from Andrew Walsh. He's going to take it up the right side, and you'll take a look at the hit here. Wow, number 14's head on that one for Frazier. Snap back pretty hard. That's Nicholas Smolik. Luckily, no one was injured on that play, but a violent hit definitely, as Frazier is actually going to back up pretty far. It looks like their penalty might have been more severe than Beth Center, so they're going to have to start their drive at the 10-yard line, Zach.
Yeah, Tyler, that's going to be some difficult starting position as the penalty really hurt Frazier there, but it'd be interesting to see if Smolik is out on the field for this one. His head took a violent turn on that one. Looked like he might have got some whiplash on that play. He is in the huddle, though, so he is on the field, so he looks like he's fine from that hit, and he's backing out for the offense.
Absolutely. Charles Manick understanding. He's going to take the snap, and he's going to hand it off up the right side. It goes. And his running back will be brought down for what looks like a short gain.
I don't even know if there was a gain on that play, Tyler. Looks like got right back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Beth Center's defense now, they struggled early with the outside runs. They're starting to contain him a little bit, try and make him run to the middle. And that's where Beth Center really has some success, get some turnovers, and might change the momentum of this game.
Absolutely. Beth Center now managing to stop that running play to the outside that Frazier's been bringing at them. So now Frazier's going to have to figure out other ways to be successful on offense. Manick takes a snap. Looks like he fakes his handoff to his running back, and the pass will be thrown but it'll be incomplete to his wide receiver as number 6 on the play, Nathaniel Zurich, looks for the flag, but none thrown on that one.
Yeah, we're not going to have a replay, Tyler, but from where we see it, Zurich, who caught the earlier touchdown, first score of the game, he had the ball, and as he comes around, the best center defender got his arm in there and knocked the ball loose and turned him a little bit. So I don't believe there should have been a penalty on that one, and Zurich trying to hope for a flag, but didn't get any help on that one.
No help at all as Frazier breaks the huddle. It's going to be 3rd and 10, ball on the 10-yard line, 2:31 left in the first quarter. Manick takes a snap, he looks left, he looks right. He's going to throw. The receiver's there and he's open. He's going to shift his way forward, and it looks like he's going to get the first down on that play. Big 3rd down conversion for Frazier.
Yeah, it will be a first down. There's now a flag on the play, so we'll have to see exactly who it's going to go against. If that goes against Beth Center, that's only going to hurt them. Personal foul against Beth Center. That has to be at least their 6th penalty in the game, Tyler. Their defense has been playing real dirty so far in the game. Not to say that they're a dirty team, just there's been 5 penalties on the defense alone tonight, accounting for 47 yards in the first quarter. You're not going to win any game if you do that.
Absolutely. Dakota Hickson on the reception on that one, Zach, and doing some fancy leg work there to get it past a couple of defenders for Beth Center to find some extra yardage after the catch. So good job by Dakota Hickson getting open. And again, it'll be 1st and 10 for Frazier. Ball now located on the 40-yard line. Manick's going to take the snap, looks right, and he's going to throw to his receiver, and it's going to be incomplete. Pass intended for Hunter Patterson.
That one was defended by number 25 for Beth Center, Nico Brown. He is a running back listed on our roster, playing looks like linebacker in the defense. Got his hands up there and either tipped the ball or just set up a screen so the receiver couldn't come down with it.
Absolutely. And Zach, I had the opportunity this past Monday to meet up with a couple of the Pittsburgh Penguins, one of them being Robert Pertuzzo, the new defenseman coming up through the ranks of the AHL now into the NHL. But we will be watching that interview later in the between quarters of the first and the second. So as you saw in that play, a short completion for Frazier for maybe about 1 or 2 yards.
They'll bring up 3rd and about 8 from the 42-yard line, they're going to call it. So you need to get to about midfield for a new set of downs. And you have to figure if they don't get it here, they'll have to punt the ball away. It's too close into Beth Center offensive territory that you give the ball to them right there. So if they don't get it here, you have to expect a punt. And that would be the first time Frazier is stalled all night.
Absolutely. Nicholas Smolik on the reception on that last play. Call being blown dead, and it looks like there's going to be a timeout by Frazier on that play. Like I said, Zach, in between the last couple plays there, Robert Pertuzzo as well as Joe Vitale were at the Ross Shaver Ice Garden this past Monday for homecoming week for California University. We had hockey night at the Ice Garden, and they showed up with Phil Bork and a few other Penguins as well. They decided to help us get an interview and give us some experience in the interviewing department of our communication studies degree here at CalU. So we thank them very much for that. And like I said, you guys will be seeing that interview in between quarters here, first and second quarter. So definitely want to stay tuned for that one. But, you know, it's been a very fun week for us, Zach. We had a shoot on Monday for hockey. We have this shoot now for Friday Night Lights here at the beautiful Perryopolis, Pennsylvania, home of the Frazier Commodores. And then tomorrow we seal the week off with homecoming weekend, California taking on Clarion at Adamson Stadium, Hepner Bailey Field. So that's always a beautiful facility to be at, as well as watch a good football game.
Absolutely, Tyler, and I know you and I will be calling that game tomorrow. It'll be on tape delay on CUTV, but you can listen in live on WCAL 91.9, or excuse me, only online. So you can only do that online, or I believe through the WCAL app as well. So if you have a chance to listen in, you can listen to some California University football, take a step up from the high school Friday night football we see tonight.
Absolutely is. Frazier enters the field again on offense. Manick under center. Manick takes a step. He's going to look right. He's going to stutter back in the outfield. He's going to roll to the right. He's going to throw. and the pass is completed to a receiver. He has one to beat, and he's brought down. He goes down around the 25-yard line. Great reception there for Frazier.
And now it's number 6 for Frazier, Nathaniel Zurich. He caught the touchdown earlier. Manick finds him again down the field. A big first down conversion for the Commodores. I thought the Beth Center defender might have gotten there and tipped the pass away, but just enough wiggle room there to get the ball into the hands of Zurich and watch him race downfield to about the 23-yard line.
Beautiful pass from Manick on that play to Zurich. As Manick back under center now, he's going to hand the ball off to his left. He's actually going to fake the handoff, throw deep to his left side, but the ball is overthrown to Patterson. The play is incomplete.
So I'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 23, and that completion prior to that play went for about 35 yards, Tyler. And Manick is already over 100 passing yards for the first quarter. And he was at 91 before the pass play to Zurich, so you have to figure he's about 126-ish, 130 area now. Doing a real good job of dissecting Beth Center's secondary here tonight.
Absolutely, he's just pickpocketing every opening that he sees and completing up nearly every pass that he has. Receiver rolls to the left. He has 2 to his left now, Manick does. Manick takes a snap, hands the ball up the left side, it goes, and he'll be brought down by Beth Center pretty violently, actually, right around the 28, 29-yard line.
And his helmet does come off on the play, but it was after the play was over, so no penalty on the play. He'll be marked down at the 26-yard line, so a loss of 3. And that only happened because you see the play of Beth Center's defensive line shoving back the Frazier O-line into Smolik, the running back for Frazier, and really causing him not to find an open hole, as we have 39 seconds left in the first.
Time is ticking, so there should be about one more play for the first quarter, unless it is a pass play and it's incomplete, or it could be a touchdown. Either way, not very many plays left in the first quarter. Manick takes a snap. He's going to look right, and he's going to throw. And it's thrown to nearly nobody. Almost picked off there by Beth Center, what looks like number 4 in the coverage, Matt Riggle.
Yeah, and I believe that one went right through his hands, just not able to collapse in enough time. He had it right in his sights. He gets his hands up, and it goes right through. So an incomplete pass. That might have been the turnover Beth Center needed, because now it's 4th and 13. Looks like Manick's back on the field. They're going to go for it. 21 seconds left in the first. You have to imagine either this or maybe one more play will be the end of the quarter.
Absolutely. Kind of too far away for a punt and not close enough for a field goal. They haven't even attempted a field goal this game. So you take the snap. Manick is going to look up. He's going to keep it himself, but he has nowhere to throw to, and he's not going to get anywhere close to those 13 yards. So that'll be a failed 4th down conversion, and that'll be a turnover on downs for Beth Center.
That took 9 seconds off the clock, so we have 12 seconds left in the first quarter. But Beth Center's secondary this time able to stay with their receivers, not allow Manick to get anywhere on the play and find a receiver to connect with. He just had to take it himself, probably knew he wasn't going to get the first down, set himself up, sacrifice, give Beth Center some worse field position to start off with at the 22-yard line.
Absolutely, Gina Fietta doesn't have to make anything happen immediately. Now it's only the first quarter going into the second, but nonetheless, he definitely wants to get a good play here before entering the second quarter to get himself some momentum swinging in his favor. Fietta takes a snap, hands it off to his running back. He'll go up the right side, and he'll be brought down by the Frazier defense for what looks like it's going to be about a loss of 5 yards.
Yeah, he's going to get back to about the 19, so maybe a loss of 3 on the play. That's going to be the end of the first quarter, Tyler, so a big loss right there for Beth Center.
Absolutely, and after this replay, Zach will go ahead and look at the commercial score for the end of the first quarter, and then we'll go ahead and pass it to that Robert Portuso interview that I had the option of doing, and I was very happy to do so. And you take a look at your UPMC health plan scoreboard. Frazier currently leads Beth Center 14-7, but like I said, Zach, like I said, we have that interview ready for you guys, so we'll go ahead and roll it now, and then when we come back, second quarter action here.
Here with Robert Tuzo, defenseman for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Rob, with everything coming in with the NHL right now, all the new play, how do you feel about it?
It's great. I mean, I feel like the game's going quickly, and I feel like people are starting to fall in love with it, and whenever you hear people going to hockey games, they're just big fans of it. So I think the game's going in a great direction right now.
Good. And events like this that we have here in Ross Straver with the Cal hockey team and everything, how does that affect the game?
It's great. I mean, we appreciate them having us out here, and they did a nice job tonight, so it was good.
Absolutely. And one more other question I had too. You started off in the AHL. Now you're finally working your way up. Now, how's that feel? How does it feel to finally see your name on people's jerseys, fans wearing your jersey and stuff like that?
It's pretty cool. I cherish my time I had in the minors there, and I learned a lot about the player I wanted to be. And yeah, I guess now it's just real exciting seeing those jerseys and stuff like that, and playing an NHL game. So yeah, it's gone well so far.
Good start to the season so far. How do you expect the rest of it to go?
We're just going to keep working and just keep developing. And, that's your thing. You want to get better every night, so that's what we're planning on doing right now.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
And there you saw the interview there with Robert Bortuzzo. Definitely a fun experience getting to interview people like that, Zach, and it's great for those guys to be out there for special events that CalU has like that, CalU being the official education supporter of the Pittsburgh Penguins, so pretty good cooperation happening there. And I don't know, it's always a good time here at CalU, Zach. We get a lot of opportunities here that we take advantage of.
Now we have 2nd and 10, or 2nd and 13 from the 19-yard line, Tyler.
The pass is going to be a screen up the left side. It goes, and Beth Center gets a very short completion there. Not a lot of yards as we see a player down now for Frazier, but we'll take a look at the replay.
And we'll see the replay here. That was the receiver. That was Matt Riggle, number 4 for Beth Center on the play. Gets it out to around I believe the 24, 23-yard line. So we'll bring up 3rd and about 8 on the play. So Beth Center's going to have to work if they want to convert here.
Well, if you're just joining us, Zach, on our broadcast, there has been 3 touchdowns on the play. So let's go ahead and roll those 3 replays for you, Zach. And there you see the first one, Manick, who fakes the handoff, but he ends up going to the right side to his receiver for the big touchdown play. I believe that was to Patterson, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That was actually number 6, Nathaniel Zurich, the junior tight end, on the reception. And then we have also Manick finding Dakota Hickson, able to cradle the ball under his arm and get it down without fumbling the ball away. Key touchdown there. And then a pitch play touchdown to Anthony Welsh for Beth Center. Makes our score 14-7. Heading into the second quarter, there's 11:51 left in the second quarter. There is Anthony Welsh. Big touchdown run for the Bulldogs. They have to get that same offensive drive going here as we see the injured Frazier player get up. And hard to see exactly who it is. It looks from the way it's number 71. There's actually two number 71s on our roster, Tyler. So it's either Daniel Leonard, who is an offensive lineman, or Michael Lucci, who is a wide receiver. But I'm seeing something fishy here. They're both 6'3". They're both 263 pounds. So I believe there might be a typo there. I'm going to go say it's Daniel Leonard that is walking off the field injured.
Yeah, it looked like to be a lineman, Zach. So never a loss that you want to see. It looks like there might be a big loss for them as the referees are currently trying to figure out what's going on. There's going to be 2 substitutions coming in for the Frazier Commodores. Frazier's crowd now getting into it, Zach. There's a receiver in motion, a running back in motion, rather. Quarterback takes a snap, fakes, actually hands it off up the left side. It goes to Walsh. Walsh is going to take it, and he'll be brought down for the first down.
And a good delayed draw play on that one. Gino Fayetta looked like he was going to drop back the pass. Has Welsh next to him in a sidecar blocking, and just hands it off ever so. What's the word I'm looking for?
Mysteriously?
Mysteriously, subtly, something like that. But a good subtle draw play right there and gets some big yards out to the 40-yard line.
Absolutely. He definitely faked out the defense on that one. They weren't expecting the handoff. Fayada takes a snap. He looks to the right. He throws to his right, and it's overthrown for his receiver. Incomplete pass.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. And Fayetta we'll have to see the stats when we check him at halftime, how many passes he's completed really, but I'm not sure there's been a lot of completions. Beth Center's really working the ground game so far and having some success against Frazier. Second and 10 from their own 40-yard line now, and Tyler, I was going to say, a couple plays previous to this one when Welsh got the big run, Frazier only had 9 men on the field. That's why those 2 players came in there, so that would have been a big mismatch for Frazier.
Absolutely. Fayetta under center. He's going to hand it off to his running back to his right. Looks like that's going to be Andrew Walsh again. No, that's actually going to be number 25 for Best Center, Nico Brown on the carry. A lot of running backs on this team, Zach. A lot of options to go to in the backfield. And that was a good option there as it went for a first down.
And that was a gain of 17 yards. Good for a new set of downs and good to also get into Frazier territory. So Beth Center, if their defense can stop Frazier now, looks like their offense is starting to get the ball rolling. Figuratively, of course, they're really working the ground game, but working the middle, and they're also getting outside well, too. So Frazier's defense hasn't been able to stop them very well yet.
Best Center covering a lot of ground. Fietta under center. He's going to look to his right. He's going to be brought down by Frazier. It looks like big number 76 on the play there, Joseph Gila, the senior offensive lineman, bringing him down for the sack.
Yeah, big sack right there. Looks like Fayetta was going to try and run it himself, just not able to escape the pressure in the pocket. Had a couple screen passes, but those were both read by the Frazier secondary early in the play. So it's going to be 2nd and 13 from the 46-yard line now.
Absolutely. That's a big sack there for Frazier. As we said, on the sack on that play was Joseph Gila, 6 foot, 273 pounds. Pretty big boy as he gets a sack. Fayetta hands it off up the right side. It goes to Walsh. Walsh will be brought down for a short gain. As we see number 76 now losing his helmet again. Joseph Gila trying to hurry up and putting it back on before the play is over, before any of the referees notice, but he isn't fooling anyone.
Yeah, and I believe this is the same rule as it is in college when we watch the Cal games. If you lose your helmet, you must sit out a play. It's a health concern for the players as it's 3rd and 7 from the 40-yard line now. 9:47 left in the first half.
The Frazier crowd getting into it now as Fayetta is under center. He takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff to his running back. He rolls to his right and passes the ball, but it's going to be incomplete. Looks like number 11, Charles Manick, the quarterback on offense, the linebacker on defense, coming up with the stop.
Now we'll have to see what Beth Center does. Looks like their offense is going to stay on the field. You're already in offensive territory. Gino Fayetta is coming over for a play call. We might see a pooch punt, though, where the quarterback will punt the ball away. You don't really have a punter listed on your roster. You have John Burdar, who's the kicker. But it looks like they're going to call a timeout maybe in a second. There's still 13 seconds left in the play clock, though.
Absolutely. Time's just rolling down, and Fayetta's just sitting close to the sideline. So there's either going to be a timeout called, and there's the timeout now from Beth Center and head coach Ed Woods. So that's going to put Beth Center and Frazier back to their respective sidelines and try to figure out what to do here on the 4th and 7 play. But Zach, we do a show every Tuesday called High School Roundup, and it doesn't air on Tuesdays. Actually, it airs throughout the week, and you guys can catch it on CUTV on our programming, where you guys can check out highlights from this week's game, as well as highlights from the South Union game of the week and from weeks past and future games. You can check out scoreboard standings, plays of the week, and more. Zach, it's always a fun show to watch if you are interested in high school sports.
Absolutely, Tyler, and I'm sure when we do one of our favorite segments, the best of the best, we might see a play from this game. For the past couple weeks, it's been Bernadowski from Elizabeth Ford, a miraculous punt return. I wasn't on the show actually this week, so I'm not sure if that actually was Eclipse's best of the best or not, or if that still has its reign.
Yeah, Bernadowski's play is still definitely the best of the best. A lot of good plays have come close to taking it off, but just hasn't come close enough. Bernadowski's running abilities for Elizabeth Forward on that AAA squad are pretty impressive, and you might see him playing in the college here maybe next year or the year or two later. 4th and 7. Quarterback takes a snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle, up the right side it goes to Walsh. Walsh gets the first down, and he's going to get a little bit more as well as Beth Center converts on 4th down.
And that was a very tricky play call, Tyler. I thought the fullback had the ball. Fayetta walking away like he's disgusted a little bit, and I look up, and Welsh is still running for some reason, and I'm like, what's going on here? It was a gain of 9 on the play, all the way to the 31-yard line. Some tricky run plays, gadget plays, some people call them, through the ranks of coaching and stuff like that. Really dissecting the Frazier defense tonight.
Absolutely, Fayetta selling it well, acting like an actor out there, Zach, he is. Fayetta is going to take the snap and hand it off to his fullback. Up the middle it goes, and he has one to beat. He beats him, and there's going to be a Frazier play that drags him down right around the 5-yard line, Zach. Big play for Beth Center.
And now is number 3, Jason Stay. He had a run almost similar or completely similar to that one on the last touchdown drive for Beth Center. Right up the middle, tried to break away from a defender, not able to. Now it's going to be first and goal at the 6-yard line now for the Bulldogs.
Jason Stay didn't stay on that one. He just kept running and running all that he could, and the play is blown dead before the snap is taken.
And I imagine we're going to see probably a false start here on the play. We'll have to see. False start or encroachment. We'll have to see which team it's against. As you see the referee talking to Beth Center's head coach as to see. And it's going to be encroachment on Frazier, so that's going to be a free 5 yards.
He actually pointed to Beth Center's way, Zach. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not even sure the referees know what's going on as the head coach goes and talks to Ed Woods right now. But it looks like it's going to be against Beth Center, Zach, as Beth Center is now backing up what looks like to be 10 yards on the field. But a lot of confusion right now. Head coach Ed Woods not too happy with whatever the call is as they finally get into the goal line area and threaten to put more points on the board and possibly even tie this game up at 14-all. 8:51 left in the game. So it's going to be a penalty against Beth Center overall, 5-yard penalty, and that's going to have to definitely make that Beth Center team a little bit angry.
Yeah, it's a very confusing penalty call. I saw the offsides or encroachment call, and then it went against Beth Center. That's a very weird thing. I've never actually seen that one before, Tyler. I think the craziest penalty I've ever seen in my days, as it looks like the referee's going to give us the clarification now.
It's going to be offsides against Beth Center. It might have been receiver that might have lined up offsides on the play, so that might have been what the penalty call was for. But nonetheless, it's going to be 5 yards added on to Beth Center's drive. It's going to be first and goal from the 11-yard line. Fayetta takes a snap, hands it up the middle, and he's brought down for a short gain of maybe 2 yards. Good job by Frazier holding on to that leg and dragging him down.
Looks like he'll get out to the 8-yard line, so, or they're actually going to mark him at the 7-yard line, so it'll be second and goal from the 7-yard line. And back to what I was saying before, Tyler, as you see, or there is no replay on that one, excuse me. The craziest penalty call I might have ever seen is a couple years ago in a college game. False start on everyone but the center on the offensive line. It had to be one of the craziest calls I've ever seen.
Absolutely, that would be crazy. Fayetta hands it off, up the middle it goes, and Frazier's going to meet that player before he enters the end zone, and it looks like it's going to be marked down around the 4-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to be third and very short goal. As we look at the replay, and there was actually a Frazier player came in with a high hit. I thought I saw, we'll have to see here. As there is right there, number 14, Christian Smolik. I think that might be a little bit of a payback because he got his head hit pretty hard on a touchdown by Welsh earlier in the game. So Smolik paying it back now. Third and goal from the 3-yard line, Tyler. If you don't get it here, if you're Beth Center, you have to go for it. You're so close to the end zone.
Absolutely, put faith in your defense and pressure that Frazier offense to make something happen. As there's a timeout called on the field by Beth Center. They want some time to figure out what's going on. That's their last timeout of the half, Zach, with 7:14 left. So might be a little bit early to be wasting your 3 timeouts, but nonetheless, they felt that it was necessary to take it. So that's going to put their teams back to their respective sidelines and back to their coaches, where they're going to draw up plays to possibly get in the end zone or stop them from getting into the end zone.
And Tyler, You're actually going to see our little perch on top of our CUTV truck now. We're having a good view up here from the top of the truck. We have some bars to hang on to as long as we don't rock the boat, I guess you could say a little bit too much. And a quote we both like to say from Step Brothers: this is a big box. There's so much room for activities up here. We don't have to call the game. We can do a lot of other things up here.
We can do calisthenics, Zach. We can do so many things up here. It's a beautiful, beautiful little area up here. My first time on top of this truck, and I'm enjoying pretty much every last second of it. And you take a look at the crowd there, Zach, and it's in full effect here. Like we said, the 12th man. Those stands are packed there, Zach, both sets of them. So it's great to see a lot of school spirit here, not only from the students, but from the community as well. Fiata under center. He's going to hand it off to his fullback, and he's going to be met before he enters the goal line. But it's going to be very close, Zach. I don't think they're going to give it to him.
It's going to be a 4th and goal from the 1-yard line, Tyler. And Beth Center has to go for it. If you don't get it, you at least know Frazier's going to get the ball at the 1-yard line. And as long as you don't fumble the ball, of course, and they recover it for a big drive down the field. But Beth Center, they don't get it. Frazier gets the ball at the 1. You pressure their offense. You get it. You tie the score possibly with about 6 minutes left. There's 6:35 on the clock.
Play clock ticking down for Fiata. Fiata takes a snap, hands it off. It looks like he's going to get in off the right side of the line. Touchdown, Beth Center. And they look to tie it up with this conversion of the extra point.
And Beth Center, their kicker, John Burdar, the last time he was on an extra point, kicked it into the woods. So this time he's going to be kicking into a parking lot, I believe. So hopefully we can go get that football when it's done. But you look on the replay here, let's see exactly who it was. Hard to tell. It was not number 33. It wasn't 33. It looked like it might have been number 3, Jason Stay, as he's able to stay his course and get into the end zone.
Absolutely, that was Jason Stay on the play. Actually, that was a nice little rhyme there. I didn't even plan that one, but nonetheless, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. As the extra point is going to go ahead and line up for Beth Center. Burdar takes the snap. Actually, he kicks the ball, and it's going to be good. So another point added, and that's going to tie it up at 14-all with 6:27 left in the second quarter. When we come back, the rest of first half action right here from Frazier Stadium at CUTV.
CUTV is your home for local high school football action. Sundays at 8:30, Thursdays at 5:30, only on CUTV.
You're watching CUTV, California University Television.
Welcome back to Commodore Stadium here in Perryopolis, Pennsylvania, home of Frazier High School. As I said earlier, before we went to break, it's Frazier Stadium, but it's actually Commodore Stadium, Zach. I've said that before, and I'll say it again. But nonetheless, we take the snap here. The kickoff is away, and Frazier's going to take it right around the 5-yard line. Player's going to take it up the right side, and he's going to slip and go down right around the 20-yard line. The grass out there getting a little wet from this precipitation being out on the field, and it showed on that play.
And we're going to look at the replay of the kick return. Taken at the 5-yard line, I wasn't paying attention enough to get the number of the returner. I think it might have been either 2 or 9. It might have been Lucas Klorsick, number 9. Took a slip on the play around the 20-yard line. Or excuse me, it's number 2, Dakota Hickson, who caught the touchdown earlier in the game for Frazier to make it 14-0, but now Beth Center has come back to tie it.
Absolutely, as Charles Manick goes back under center for the Commodores. And that's going to be a false start on the offense for Frazier. That looks like might have been number 56, Jacob Gervin, but I'm not sure exactly who it was. But nonetheless, false start call for Frazier.
Yeah, it looked like from where it was, the left guard spot, For Frazier, that is Jacob Gervin, who I'm looking at this. He is only 5'11" and 177 pounds. He's a very small offensive lineman, Tyler. You don't really see that. The offensive lineman, you like to get them bulkier and taller to block your quarterback, but he's out there playing left guard, a very diminutive player, still giving it his all as a senior. Not sure how long he started on this offense, but doing all he's got, or giving all he's got for the Commodores.
Absolutely. Actually, that's going to be a left guard. It's number 59. Zach can't see on our roster who that is, but he's going to take the snap. He's going to throw deep to his receiver, but it's just a little overthrown. Incomplete pass again for Frazier.
And Manick now trying to connect with some receivers at 2nd and 15 from the 15 now. I could overhear some Frazier fans calling for a holding. I don't believe there was a penalty on the play, though. So we look at the defender. It's a little bit away from the Frazier receiver, and that was number 2, Dakota Hickson, intended on the play.
Charlie Manick going back out, coming off the sideline to read the play to his offense. They look to make something happen here on 2nd and 15. Ball spotted on the 15-yard line as well. Manick takes a snap. He hands it off to his running back up the left side. He'll go, and he'll be brought down, but there's a flag on the play.
We'll have to see exactly who this penalty's against. I don't know if it was a face mask. It might be a holding against Frazier.
Penalties now starting to strike Frazier the wrong way as they have to move back another 5 yards, and this is going to be what I believe is either 2nd and 20 or maybe even 3rd and 20. It's going to be 3rd and 20 now, Zach. Ball on the 10-yard line, so you're pinned back deep in your own zone, and you're faced with a tough 3rd down conversion here.
Yeah, Tyler, it's actually 3rd and 16 from the 14. Beth Center declined the penalty, bringing up 3rd down, which is smart on them, in my opinion, because you don't want Frazier's offense out there for more opportunities than they should be able to have.
Absolutely, I agree with you on that one, Zach. As Manick takes a pass, takes a snap, he looks to his right, throws. He has a receiver, but it's almost picked off by Beth Center. Their defender's not able to come down with it, though.
Yeah, there was 2 defenders on that play. Number 4, Matt Riggle, and number 53, Robert Work. Both on that play going for the interception. If one of them was there, they probably would have come down with it. But both of them being there, now Frazier's going to set up for a punt. And the returner for Beth Center, number 4, Matt Riggle, is only set up about the 43-yard line in Frazier territory. So not expecting a long punt here from Frazier's punter.
Yeah, Frazier's last punt definitely really short on that one, Zach. So participating in the same thing. It's actually going to roll out of bounds, what looks like. That's going to be a safety for Beth Center. So Beth Center going to get 2 points added to their scoreboard. And it's going to be 16-14 now. Beth Center leads.
And now is number 33. I believe it's Caleb Cox. He's a wide receiver on the roster, playing the position of punter as well, not able to handle the snap. Goes out of the back of the end zone for a safety. Might actually be better for Frazier that they had a safety, because if a Beth Center player recovered it in the end zone for a touchdown, then Beth Center's up bigger. But the only disadvantage to a safety is Beth Center gets the ball still. So Beth Center gets the ball back as you see the scoreboard, 16-14. Beth Center leads. We're going to keep it here, though, Tyler. Not going to go to break. There's still 5:48 on the clock here in the first half. So Beth Center's starting to have a momentum swing of their own, much like Frazier did in the first quarter. Beth Center really starting to win the second quarter. Frazier won the first, you can say.
Absolutely. Is now it's going to be it should be a free punt, but they're going to go ahead and let them practically kick it off to get more distance. So Beth Center's going to have a chance at this one again and try to put some more points on the board and build their lead a little bit.
And it's going to be a little squib kick, Tyler.
Absolutely, as Beth Center recovers it right around the 40-yard line. They're going to take it up the right side. He has open running room, has one to beat, and he beats him. Beth Center wastes no time putting more points on the board as they strike quickly.
That looks like number 25 or number 23, Nick Pryor or Nico Brown. We'll have to see who comes away out of that pile with the ball. Could not exactly tell. We'll have to look on the replay, but Tyler, that's exactly what I was saying. That's the only disadvantage to a safety. Beth Center gets the ball, and they took advantage right there, made it 22-14, trying to go up by 9 now.
Absolutely, they have a great opportunity to do so now. The kicker so far 2 for 2 on extra points tonight, and he looks to make it 3 for 3. I believe you were right on the call. I believe that's number 25, Nico Brown, that got the touchdown on that one. So big play for them as John Berdar now lines up for the extra point. Kick is on and kick is up, and it looks like Berdar's kick is good. So Beth Center will now lead the home team, Frazier Commodores, 23-14. And when we come back, it'll be the rest of the second half right here, first half rather, right here on CUTV.
Need to know what's happening in your area? CUTV News Center brings you your best local news. Events on and around campus. Local weather. Vulcan sports coverage. CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5.
You are watching CUTV, California University Television.
And we welcome you back to Commodore Stadium here in Perryopolis, Pennsylvania, where Beth Center is now on the comeback streak of 23 unanswered points there, as you saw on your UPMC health plan scoreboard. And the kickoff is about to be away for Beth Center. Berdar's kick is up and away. It's a long kickoff. Be taking right around the goal line, and that's going to be a touchback. So ball will come out to the 25-yard line.
And we're going to look at the kickoff return touchdown off the free kick after the safety by Beth Center. That was number 25, Nico Brown on the return. Finds an open hole, keeps running, breaks it into the midfield away from the kicker. I believe that was Caleb Brown, number 33, for Frazier, or Caleb Cox, excuse me. So Beth Center, 23 unanswered points like you said. We said they had to clean it up if they wanted to come back. They have. And now they're leading.
Absolutely, as the quarterback takes a snap, hands it off to his running back up the right side he goes. He's fighting hard, and he'll be brought down for a pretty significant gain. Nicholas Smolik on the carry.
And he comes up out of that play, kind of the swagger walk, I guess you could call it. He's excited. He got about 8 yards on that play, 9 yards. It'll be second and about 2 from the 28-yard line. So Frazier, they probably need some swagger on this drive. They want to get some attitude on this drive if they want to keep going down the field against Beth Center.
Absolutely. Frazier, I'm sorry to cut you off there, Zach. Frazier has to attack this defense like a spider monkey, if you will. They really have to make something happen here as Manick is now under center. He's going to take the snap, looks right, and it's going to be thrown, but incomplete to his receiver, Dakota Hickson.
Good job, Dakota! And that one looks like it was off the left hand of Dakota Hickson. Manick not able to find his receiver, and we'll look on your screen. The defender for Beth Center, we'll have to see who it was on the replay. That could have been a pick six. Looks like number 88 for Beth Center. That is Jesse McQuillis. You actually wrote him in on my roster for me. Thank you, Tyler. I would not be able to recognize who that was. Could have been a pick six if he was anywhere closer to the ball.
Absolutely not a problem for helping you on that one, Zach. A couple of the numbers not listed there as the play clock ticks down to about 5 and 4. Manick has to get the snap off here, and he does just in time. Manick looks left. He's going to be sacked by that Beth Center defense for a loss of about 2 yards.
Now is number 54 on the sack for Frazier, Timothy Broadwater. He is a sophomore offensive tackle, plays defensive tackle or defensive end as well for Beth Center. Or, excuse me, I'm actually looking at the wrong roster. So 54 for Beth Center is Dakota Vilkos. He is a junior offensive lineman as well. Now Frazier going to punt the ball away.
And the snap is good. The punt is away, almost blocked though. And it looks like that ball is going to go ahead and bounce close to the out of bounds line. And it goes down to what looks like the 30-yard line. So Zach, we'll go ahead and let you guys know again about our Facebook page we have at CUTV. If you go ahead and search California University Television, you'll find our CUTV Facebook page, and you can be a part of our broadcast, Zach, as it says there on that nice little graphic. And, you know, we always appreciate what you, the viewers, have to say about our broadcasts.
Absolutely, Tyler. It's always good to see some comments or questions from the viewers. As we look behind us, there's a lot of groups of children playing behind us, have some footballs back there, enjoying the game as well. A 23-14 Beth Center lead.
A little muddy playground back there, Zach, but nonetheless, Beth Center is going to go ahead and run it up the right side. It goes for a short gain.
And that one's going to get out to about the 35-yard line, so a gain of about 5 yards. It'll be second down and 5 for Beth Center with 3:43 left in the first half.
Joseph Horvath on the tackle on that one. Zach is, like you said, a pretty short gain of about 5 yards there. Ball's on the 35-yard line. And Beth Center looks to put more points on the board before this half is over. He takes a snap. He's going to throw it on the screen to his left side. It goes. And he'll be brought down by Frazier's defense. Matt Riggle on the carry.
And there's a penalty flag as well, Tyler. From the view I have, it looks like there might have been a face mask against Frazier. So if that's true, that's going to be an automatic first down for Beth Center and keep the drive going. And it is, Tyler. The PA announcer confirms what I assumed. So Beth Center, now they're starting to get the penalty flags in their favor. Frazier's starting to play with a little bit of reckless abandonment. So Frazier is going to have to clean up if they want to come back now, much like Beth Center did after the first quarter.
Absolutely. These teams are currently flip-flopping, Zach. Frazier being not the guilty party on the first quarter. Now they are the guilty party. And Beth Center now putting up points as they are proving that they really want that first spot in the playoffs and that first seed and the overall winner to be the overall winners of Tri-County South. He's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off. He's actually going to fake the handoff and throw it over the middle. No flag on the play as the pass was intended to number 25, Nico Brown.
Yeah, looks like it was number 6, Michael Zurich on the breakout for Frazier, bringing up 2nd and 10. I don't believe there should have been a penalty flag on that play either, Tyler, so the refs made the good call. Zurich got his hand in there right about the last second, but still a good, clean play and no interference on the play.
Absolutely. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Ball located on the 49-yard line. Valletta under center. Valletta takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to his running back. He'll go up the middle, find an open hole. He spins off of one tackler, and he's going to be brought down right around the 40-yard line for the first down.
Yeah, Tyler, in the running game, yet again with Anthony Welsh, keeps plowing through the Frazier defensive line and the linebackers, getting to about the 3rd level every time now, it seems. The offensive line for Beth Center has played really well after the first quarter. Number 57 is the center. Lucas Zelli is a senior offensive lineman. He is the heart right in the middle of the offensive line for Beth Center.
Valletta takes the snap, hands it off to his back. He's going to go up the left side. He's going to be brought down behind the original line of scrimmage for a loss of a couple yards.
And now his number 25, Nico Brown. You called his name a couple of plays before in the intended pass play. This time he loses 2 yards on the play. Be 2nd and 12 from the 42 with 2:15 left in the first half.
Time is ticking away. Beth Center controlling that clock pretty well now. Not going to let Frazier have another chance at the end zone before halftime occurs. Valletta is going to run with no out wide receivers, all of them staying nice and close and packed in. He's going to hand it off to his back, and he's going to take it up to what looks like the 38-yard line. Zach, Anthony Walsh on the carry.
Yeah, it's going to be a gain of maybe 5 yards. They'll bring up about 3rd and 7 on the play. And Beth Center, if they don't convert here, I would imagine that they try and have Valletta punt the ball away instead of having Berdar go out there with such a strong leg that he has. Pin Frazier deep and try and keep them off the board before the half is over.
Welsh having a pretty decent day so far for Beth Center. Zach getting a lot of carries and getting a lot of good yardage. Valletta takes a snap. He's going to look to his right. He's going to be pressured, and he's going to escape the tacklers, but he's going to fall over his own legs and be brought down right around the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and 8 now for the Bulldogs.
And the turf monster has struck again, Tyler. Although this is grass, so I guess you can call him the green monster, similar to the one at Fenway Park in Boston for the Red Sox. So the green monster gets Fayetta on that play, trips him up. It'll be 4th and 8 from the 38. And it looks like Beth Center is going to punt the ball away. That is number 1. That is Burdar on the punt, so we'll have to see if his strong leg causes a touchback here.
He might be able to try to coffin corner this one, Zach, and try to pin Frazier back pretty far, as they're going to go ahead and take the delay of game penalty and add 5 yards to the punt attempt. So pretty smart move there for Beth Center, as it's going to be about 4th and 13 now. Like I said, though, Zach, that's a pretty common call. You're going to give yourselves 5 more extra yards to work with on the punt.
Absolutely. If you want to cuff and corner this one, like you said, Tyler, and pin him about the 1 yard line, right at the goal line, basically, you're going to have some room to work with. And Burdar, we've seen his leg 3 times tonight. It's very strong. He kicked one into the woods, into a post, and then into a parking lot as well. So need as much room to work with, such a strong leg.
The punt is away. It's a really short kick, Zach. And it's going to bounce backwards and go out of bounds right around the 25-yard line. So not so great field position for Frazier to work with 21 seconds left in the first half. Manick and his offense are going to have to make something happen pretty outstandingly in 21 seconds.
Yeah, Tyler, that was only an 18-yard punt, so Burdar, such a strong leg. I'm surprised we didn't see it a little bit farther down, but it also took a bad bounce against Beth Center and started working its way back up the field and out of bounds. So Manick's going to have to try something miraculous here. It looks like they're going to take a knee, though, and head into halftime. But I'm not sure because it's not the victory formation.
He fakes a knee, Zach, as Manick looks to his left. Beth Center not knowing what to do, just playing prevent defense right now. The pass is complete, and he'll be brought down right around the 26-yard line for a gain of about 1 yard. And time is now ticking away to 6-5, and that's probably going to be the last play of the half, Zach. A very interesting first half of football here.
Absolutely, Tyler. Frazier coming out with an early 14-0 lead. Beth Center with 23 unanswered points, and Beth Center gets the ball first in the second half.
Absolutely. Well, that was the first half. When we come back, we'll have some second half action right here on CUTV Sports.
Need to know what's happening in your area? CUTV News Center brings you your best local news. Events on and around campus. Local weather. Vulcan sports coverage. CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5.
Explore new worlds. Read. Visit literacy.gov and let the journey begin.
Now, some action from the courts. Billie Jean King renewing her rivalry with Arthritis. First set, furious volley, and right to the net for a winner. Beautiful forehand there. Arthritis, stunned. And here, match point. Billie Jean with the ace, taking it in straight sets. Afterwards, a jubilant Billie Jean King.
Tennis is a weapon for me with arthritis. There's nothing like it for me to hit a ball, run to the ball, anytime, any court. I'm ready. Let's go.
What's your weapon against arthritis? Find out at fightarthritispain.org.
Watch CUTV online anytime, anywhere. Check out your favorite original programs, coverage of the biggest events on campus, and cheer on your Vulcan sports teams. CUTV. Log on. Tune in now. Visit cutv.calu.edu/live.
And we welcome you to halftime here at Commodore Stadium, where you are looking at Beth Center's band take the field Following after Beth Center's band will be Frazier's band. So go ahead and enjoy the halftime show.
We proudly present the Frazier Commodore Marching Band under the direction of Matt Rathine, Assistant Director Kara Rathine, Major Instructor Melissa Brown, Women Instructor Rick Firestone, and Drumline Instructor Dustin Miller. Head Majorettes are Caitlin Brown and Jessica Russell. Sub-captains are Kaylee Grimm, Katie Chumwood, and Morgan Shipley. The Frazier Band drum major is Zach Wyckoff. Tonight's show includes the musical Kiss, featuring Shout It Out Loud, Beth, the trumpet solo by Russell Potter, Detroit Rock City, and finally, Rock and Roll All Night, where the band formation spells out the word Kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, the band!
He just came, I think.
High School Roundup, bringing you the best coverage of high school football in Western Pennsylvania. Tune in for scores, highlights, analysis, and the best plays from the previous week, plus previews and predictions of the week's biggest games, standings from across the region, and news from around the state. High School Roundup. Catch it Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays on CUTV. You're watching CUTV, California University Television.
High school football brought to you by First Niagara, JD Waterproofing, UPMC Health Plan, the Physical Therapy Institute, Lee Supply Company, and Trip Total Media. We thank you for your support. And Zach, it's been a pretty interesting first half so far. I mean, the score currently lies at 23-14 in Beth Center's favor. 23 unanswered points for Beth Center. And if you take a look at your Trip Total Media halftime stats, Zach, it's pretty one-sided in Beth Center's favor, pretty much.
Yeah, Frazier has the advantage in passing yards with 127 to only 15 for the Bulldogs, but Beth Center has 147 rushing yards. That's 130 more than Frazier has. No penalties in the game. Beth Center, where they really hurt themselves early on, 7 penalties so far in the first half for 57 yards. Really hurt themselves. That could come back to haunt them later in the game as well. And now we're going to look at some of the Trip Total Media plays of the game from the first half at least.
Absolutely. We'll go ahead and watch Charlie Manick fake the handoff and throw it deep to his receiver, Dakota Hickson, on this beautiful pass play, and he had all the open running room there, Zach.
Absolutely, Tyler. That was Michael Zurich on the pass completion for the touchdown, like you said. Around the 10-yard line, has some open running room left to work. And now we look at Dakota Hickson cradling a pass in his arms for another touchdown for Frazier. That was the last points they scored, though.
Absolutely. Then it would be all Beth Center there. As you see, their running back there, number 33, Anthony Welsh, taking himself to the end zone. Up the right side he went. And the Beth Center would strike again there on a nice little short run by, I believe, who we decided was Jason Stay, number 3 on that one. And then you see the safety that Beth Center had go in their favor, and that put him up 16-14. And then Beth Center would strike again right after on that free kick from Frazier. They would waste no time again. I believe that was Jason Stay on the run there, Zach. I mean, Beth Center has really just done a good job flip-flopping their first and second quarters, committing a lot of penalties and not doing anything offensively in the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, all of a sudden shifting momentum into their favor and just dominating ever since.
As we see the kickoff away from Frazier, Beth Center back to receive the first kick of the second half.
Absolutely. Beth Center takes up the left side, and he has all the room to run, has one to beat, and he's going to beat him. Opening kickoff in the second half will go for a touchdown. Beth Center strikes quick again.
And that's number 25, Nico Brown. He returned the kick before off the free kick after the safety. That's his second kickoff return in the game. Makes it 29-14 Beth Center. Frazier needed a much better start than that if they want to stay in this game. Beth Center, their defense is too good to allow around 30 points a game. They had to keep it close. Frazier's offense, they have to start working immediately now that they're down by 2 possessions.
Absolutely, they needed the big stop there, but that was Nico Brown's second return of the day. I said it was Jason Stay in the highlights, but that is right. It was Nico Brown on the free kick return. Now he gets a kick return. Maybe he'll get a punt return later and make the trifecta of returns, but we'll see. Nonetheless, Bernard is back to kick. The kick is up, and it looks like the kick will be good as it goes into the parking lot. So that will add another 7 points to Beth Center's scoreboard. And when we come back, the rest of the second half right here on CUTV.
Watch CUTV online anytime, anywhere. Check out your favorite original programs, coverage of the biggest events on campus, and cheer on your Vulcan sports teams. CUTV. Log on. Tune in now. Visit cutv.calu.edu/live. You're watching CUTV, California University Television.
And we welcome you back to Friday night high school game of the week here on CUTV. The third quarter scoreboard brought to you by the Physical Therapy Institute. Beth Center now leads Frazier 30-14 after an opening kickoff return for a touchdown. 11:48 remains on the clock, and Frazier, they really need to strike quick, Zach. They need something to happen in their favor. Kickoff is away, and it's a long one. It'll be taken around the 1 yard line, and Frazier takes it up. He's going to go up the left side, and he's looking for some blocks, but can't find any. He'll be brought down around the 20-yard line. That'll be where that offense for Frazier will set up shop.
Yeah, and Frazier, they need to strike quick. There's still around maybe 20 minutes total left in the game, 25 minutes left in the game, so still time to come back from this, but Beth Center's offense has been on a roll lately, and Frazier's offense has hit a brick wall in Beth Center. Charles Manick needs to find his receivers this drive and get a touchdown up on the board.
Absolutely. Manick has 3 receivers now to his right as one goes in motion. Manick takes a snap, pitches to his running back off the right side. It goes. And he'll be taken down for a short gain of maybe 2 yards.
Yeah, Tyler, there's 2 yards on the play, and Tyler, a weather advisory right now. There's some lightning over in the background. We can see past the woods. We'll have to see if it gets any closer.
Well, hopefully that weather holds off, Zach, because we don't want weather to choose the outcome of this game. It's been a great game so far, even though the field's a little bit wet and a little bit muddy. We want these two teams to come at their best and not have any factors play the role in the winner of this game. So Manick's under center. He's going to take the snap. He's going to look left. He finds his receiver. He's open. It's caught for a short gain, and he'll be brought down right around the 27-yard line for a nice 5-yard gain.
Yeah, gain of about 5 right there. Bring up 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 on the play. So Frazier working the short gains to try and get the first down and a new set of downs. Trying to work with what Beth Center gives them. They're not trying to go deep down the field and get an immediate score, which is smart on their part because they know they're not going to be able to go deep all the time like they did early in the game. Beth Center is going to be able to defend against that better now that they've seen it a couple times.
Absolutely. Beth Center's defense now stepping up big ever since that first quarter ended, and they're trying to prove why they're one of the best defenses in the WPIAL. As the pass is away, it'll be caught for the first down. He'll be brought down around the 32-yard line.
Yeah, good catch right there from Dakota Hickson. It was a short slant route, got just enough for the first down, and now the Commodores will have a new set of downs at the 31-yard line.
Absolutely. If I'm not mistaken, Zach, that might have been their first down ever since that first quarter drive that they last put on. They haven't put up very much production at all in the second quarter. He'll take the snap and he'll hand it off to his left. And it looks like the running back will go back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, and that's something that Frazier has to get going for them. Early in the game, their outside runs were going for about maybe 4 to 6 yards every time. They had 17 total rushing yards going into the first half. And you thought you might see more than just 17, maybe around the 50 area. So they need the running game to get going too to protect Manick, because if they can only pass, Beth Center's going to feed on that all day and cause this game to be a little bit more out of control.
Absolutely. Manick back to pass over the middle it goes, and the receiver is there. It is caught, and he'll be brought down right around midfield. Nathaniel Zurich on the reception, and the flag is out on the play.
Looks like this might go against Beth Center again. A late personal foul, probably. How late the flag was thrown, you'll have to see, and this is not what Beth Center wanted. The penalties to start to hurt them again.
Yeah, you definitely can't have a reenactment of that first quarter, Zach. We'll take a look at the replay, though. You see Manick back to pass. He finds his receiver, Zurich, over the middle open. And very beautiful play there as he's brought down right around midfield. But as you said, Zach, you can't keep taking penalties like that if you're best center. You can't recreate that third quarter because that third quarter was not very successful for that first quarter, rather. That first quarter wasn't very successful for them.
Absolutely, Tyler, and they have the same thing happen here. Frazier's just going to come and find themselves right back in this game. It's a good game so far. Beth Center wants to keep their big lead, though.
Absolutely. Pass back, and he throws, and it's completed to his right side. And it looks like Patterson will be the receiver on that play, and he'll be brought down for a gain of 8 yards.
Yeah, again, a good, substantial gain, medium gain on the play, about 8 yards. And now it looks like Frazier's going to start running with a little bit of a no huddle. Try to get Beth Center tired out a little bit, draw some more penalties out of them than they already have. Beth Center has 8 penalties on the game, I believe, for 72 yards. That's a lot, Tyler.
Absolutely. They're keeping Beth Center's defense back on their heels right now, so keep that momentum in your favor and keep their defense always guessing as Manick takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to his running back, and he'll go up the middle, and he's going to fight and crawl for inches. And he's going to try to get back to that first down line, but I don't think he's going to get it.
Looks like he may have gained 1 yard on the play, so he'll bring up 3rd and 1 from the 26. You have to imagine Frazier is going to go for it on 4th down if they don't get it because they're already too far away for a field goal, too close for a punt. They have to go for it and try and force Beth Center into some bad field position if they happen to get the turnover on downs.
Absolutely. It'll be 3rd and about 6 inches, Zach. Ball's located on the 26-yard line, so like you said, now's the time to convert. Now's the time to try to put more points on the board. As time runs out, it looks like the timeout's going to be called before the delay of game penalty goes in effect. So that's one timeout for Frazier that they didn't want to spend yet. Hopefully that doesn't affect them later in the game. But nonetheless, Zach, as we were saying about defense for Beth Center, they actually in the second quarter forced Frazier to only losing. Well, Frazier actually lost 6 yards total in the rushing game in the second quarter. They didn't gain any yards whatsoever, and I'm guessing that safety was a big part of why that negative 6 yards was there. But nonetheless, that just shows you how Beth Center's defense really stood strong and stepped it up. They haven't been letting up any big passes up until this start of the third quarter. They've really just completely 180'd their offense and 180'd their defense as well.
Absolutely. The defense has started to step up, almost had a couple turnovers. Offense has gotten the ball rolling, but special teams has been where the game has been won so far.
Frazier.
By Beth Center. And they've had 2 kickoff returns, a couple of big point after kicks by Berdar. A lot of kickers in single A might miss some of those. You don't see the level of athleticism in single A. You might have a couple of those missed, so it could be like a 13-point game instead of a 16-point game.
Absolutely. As Manick takes a snap, he's going to look right, and he's going to throw. And he has his receiver there, and it's caught, and he's going to go to the end zone. Dakota Hickson, touchdown.
And I'm surprised to see that right there, Tyler. I would have expected a quarterback sneak the way the formation was set up. And then the fade route to Hickson. Hickson just breaks away from his defender. As we're not going to have a replay to show you all, but he finds the bottom left corner, or bottom right corner, excuse me, in the end zone. Gets the score for Frazier, makes it a 10-point game currently. Frazier looks like they're going to go just for the extra point and make it a 9-point game.
That they will. They definitely surprised the defense on that play as well, as the extra point is up. There's going to be a flag on the play before the kick is up and good. We'll see what the flag is. If it's against Frazier, that's only going to dampen their chances of making that field goal again. It's going to be encroachments against Beth Center, so that penalty will be declined. It'll be 3rd and 20. When we come back, the rest of the third quarter right here on CUTV. Stay tuned.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year, 1 in 195 million. The odds of the child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 110. I'm Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism.
Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
You're watching CUTV, California University Television.
And we welcome you back to Commodore Stadium. And as we had a little bit of confusion on both the referees and in our end as well, we thought the penalty was declined, but however it wasn't. They decided to go for the reattempt. The attempt was failed. That's what caused the 30-20 score, as you still see on your PTI scoreboard. So Beth Center still leads Frazier 30-20. Frazier finally getting some points on the board, their first points since the first quarter. So now they look to try to make something happen against this Beth Center team who's been playing strong at least since the start of the second quarter.
Yeah, and Tyler, something to note, Frazier hasn't stopped Beth Center on offense, I believe, all night. They may have once or twice, but it seems like Beth Center is every time they're on offense scored a touchdown. So Frazier's defense is really going to have to step up and get them back in this game as well.
Well, they did stop them one time, Zach, and that was when Frazier stacked up 14 points to 0. That gave them their second chances. The kick is away, and Beth Center returner is going to take it up the middle, and he'll be brought down right around the 30-yard line, and that's where Beth Center's offense is going to set up shop.
And that was Matt Riggle on the return, so keeping away from Nico Brown this time. Might have seen a third return if he got it. Yeah, fast runner number 25 on the Beth Center roster. But now Beth Center's going to start with the ball around the 30-yard line in their own territory. With 7:23 left in the third quarter, still plenty of time left in this game. We could see anything happen.
Absolutely. Gino Faeta definitely wants this win, Zach. He played last year against his Frazier team, and he's looking for revenge. He wants this win more than anything. These two teams might have become a pretty big rival just off that game based alone last year. As he hands off to his running back up the left side, it goes to Stay. Stay's going to take it up the left sideline, close to the first down marker.
Yeah, it gets to about the 49, 48-yard line, so it'll be third and very short. I think they're going to call it second and very short, not third down. It'll be second and 2 from the 38-yard line, so Beth Center still, their running game, doing a very good job tonight, finding some holes, keep on running down the field and breaking some defenders.
Absolutely. You've had a lot of different options back there for Beth Center. You had Stay, Riggle, you've had Brown, you've had Welsh, as it goes up the middle again to a running back, and he'll be brought down for a short game, and I think that might not be enough for the first.
I think they might give it to him, and they are going to give it to him. They're going to give him the first down, Tyler, just past the first down marker. That could have been a third and very short, but Beth Center now with the new center down, 6:35 left in the third quarter at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, that pileup didn't look convincing enough for Beth Center from our angle, but referees decided it was enough, and that's where Faeta was going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to his running back up the right side. It goes.
Welsh to the right side.
And Welsh was on the carry, and he'll take it up to about the 47-yard line.
And the thing I noticed about Beth Center's success in the run game is the offensive line will pile together, make a little bit of a what do you call it? A barge through there for the running back and ride behind it until someone for the Frazier defense finally breaks through, and that takes about 4 or 5 yards.
Absolutely. The wall lines up for Beth Center, and they do a good job of lining it up. Handoff again to the right side. It goes to the running back, and he'll be met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1 on forward progress, but it doesn't look that way.
Yeah, they're actually going to mark him at the 49-yard line, so it'll be a 3rd and 1. But we're going to look on the replay, and Charles Manick, who is the quarterback on the Frazier roster, will step up and make the play on this one for Frazier. I'm sure he wants to get back out on the offense very much right now, try and get Frazier back in this game.
Absolutely. As we said, it's 3rd and 1. Ball located at the 50-yard line. Faeta takes a snap, hands it off up the middle, and he's going to break one tackle. He's going to get the first down, some more up the left side he goes. He's met by those red jerseys right around the 43-yard line. And that's going to be a first down for Beth Center.
And it looks like, Tyler, we might have just had an ejection from this game. A lot of extracurricular activities going on. Number 12 for Frazier, Hunter Patterson. He's been a weapon for the Commodores tonight. Maybe was not ejected, but at least taken off the field by the refs. Went over, pointed to him and said, get out of here, off the field. And Christian Smolik now in for the Commodores. It's getting very testy here tonight.
Absolutely, these two teams are out to get each other and try to get that first spot in the Tri-County South and try to seal up the conference, and this is their best chance to do so, both teams at least. Vienna takes a snap, hands it off the right side to Welsh. Welsh takes it up the right side. He's met hard, but he's going to get the first down for Beth Center. Beth Center currently rolling real well on offense.
And Tyler, the thing there was a missed holding penalty. As now we have a penalty flag on the play. Now I think that might go against Frazier for a personal foul or misconduct. But there was a missed holding penalty. We'll look here on the replay. Right there. There was a missed holding penalty on the play. Number 21 for Frazier, that is Michael Fortini, was held, and the referees missed that. And now Frazier gets a penalty against them. Hurts them even further. Beth Center is having everything play into their hands right now.
Absolutely. Penalties affecting Beth Center big time in the first quarter, now affecting Frazier later in this game. Play is called dead. And the referees are going to talk this over. A lot of confusion on the field right now. But nonetheless, it's going to be an official timeout, like I said, as they want to talk something over. Not sure exactly what it is they want to talk over.
Yeah, this is a very fast-paced game. They might just be trying to slow it down a little bit. It's getting very testy out there. A lot of frustration coming out from Frazier, and then Beth Center's retaliating. I've seen a couple Beth Center players shoving some Frazier players as well. No penalty flags being thrown now. A missed holding penalty as well. And then a personal foul against Frazier, which is setting Beth Center up very nicely on this drive with 4:31 left in the third quarter. Although I think they're going to reset the clock. They're going to run off 5 seconds, so 4:26 on the clock now only in the third quarter. As this game is starting to go really fast, Tyler.
Absolutely, the play starts again as it's about 4:20 now left in the third. Vienna under center, he's going to take the snap, he's going to hand it off to his fullback, Stay's going to take it up the middle, and he'll be brought down around the 10-yard line, but that's going to be plenty for the first down.
And Frazier tonight has let Jason Stay right through that middle hole all night long. They just have no middle defensive presence to stop him. Manick, the quarterback, plays on the outside. He's not able to work his way into the middle to stop him fast enough. Stay makes his way about 20-yard gain to the 10-yard line, so it'll be first and goal for Beth Center.
Beth Center just playing a great game right now, Zach. As you said, it is first and goal. Beth Center using that running game to their advantage right now. Vienna takes a snap, hands it off to his running back, and he's going to be met immediately at the line of scrimmage. He might have dived forward for 1 yard, but nonetheless, Frazier comes up with the stop.
Yeah, it'll be second and goal nonetheless. So there's under 4 minutes now. Beth Center, not only are they moving on this drive, they're eating up a lot of clock, which is big for them. As we look at their current drive, started all the way at the 30-yard line in their own territory. Now they're at the 10. That's a drive of 60 yards. So really moving the ball on this one.
Vienna takes a snap, hands it off to his running back. Up the left side he goes. He's going to push his head down. He'll get to about the 5-yard line.
So that will bring up third and goal now. The running back looks like number 3, Jason Stay. But all the running backs in the, what's the word I'm looking for? Not the carriage tonight, in the barnyard, no. In the stable. There we go, in the stable tonight. Really doing work for the Bulldogs.
Absolutely, out in this farm town USA, as they like to call it out here in Perryopolis, a very rural, backwoods kind of town. And the play will be called dead before the snap. And it's going to be a timeout for Frazier. They want some time to rediscuss what's going on with the defense. It's going to be 3rd and 5 whenever we come back. But nonetheless, Zach, let's go ahead and take a look at some Tri-County South standings again, and you see, again, how important this game really is for both teams.
Yeah, Beth Center, if they win, they clinch a playoff spot. Frazier, if they win, they take over the top seed at the top of Tri-County South. This game has a lot of bragging rights between a new budding rivalry, but also some implications for the WPIAL playoffs. Both these teams looking for a 1 or 2 spot. I think both of those would get a home game, at least in the playoffs, but you want that 1 spot to have home field advantage. But Beth Center right now looking like the much better team. Frazier needs a miracle turnover right here to start coming back in this one.
Absolutely, they looked pretty good on offense at their first crack at it, but you see Avella and Carmichael sitting at a 1-loss team as well. Very good teams in this conference, Zach. It's been a tight 4-team grouping at the top of the Tri-County South this year. Avella and Carmichael is definitely playing very good football. Avella started off the season 5-0 last year, ended up dropping their last 4 games of the year, as I stated before. This year they're not doing that. They're sticking with a 5-1 record. So they look to be a lot more competitive at the end of the season.
Yeah, and Tyler, tonight they're playing Carmichael's. They were losing, so it might happen again. They were losing 20-7. If they lose, that'd be their 2nd straight loss. Drop them down to 5-2.
Fietta takes a snap, hands it off to his back, and Frazier stops him for a loss of about 1 yard, and it'll cause a 4th and 6.
It looks like Fietta went the wrong way on that one. The running back wasn't there. He had to turn his body around and give it to his hand, get the handoff on the opposite side. So no gain on that one. A loss of 1 yard, bring up 4th and goal from the 6. And we might see a run play here and work it up the middle with Jason Stay, as he's done that all night. That would be what I'd go with if I was Beth Center's play calling.
Oh, I agree with you there, Zach. If this was Frazier, I would expect maybe a deep pass in the corner of the end zone, but you got to utilize that running game that you've been utilizing all night. He hands it off, pitch up the right side, it goes. And it looks like he's going to be stopped before he gets the goal line. A big stand for Frazier.
And we'll look on the replay, Tyler. Welch was tripped up around the 5-yard line, taken down about the 3. We look here, the running back going to his right, tripped up by a Frazier defender and taken down just short of the goal line. Frazier will take over at the 3-yard line, 1st and 10 with a minute 49 left in the 3rd quarter.
Absolutely, you solved problem number 1, which was stopping Beth Center. Now you have another problem on your hands, and that's putting on a 97-yard drive, and it all starts on this play. Manick hands it off the center, and it goes on forward progress, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, but not a whole lot on that one.
Yeah, Frazier, what they've been successful at is finding some of the Commodore receivers tonight. I would expect maybe a short slant pass here. Just keep it out of the hands of the defense. You don't want an easy pick 6 score right here and increase your deficit. You want to have some room to work with on the field and try and get some points on the board.
Absolutely, you just got to find a way to get out of your own zone, especially pinned back at the 3-yard line like that. Do you rely on the run and risk a safety, or do you try to get a pass out and try to get some extra yardage? Manick hands it off, it goes up the left side, and it's back to the original line of scrimmage. No gain on that play either.
And right now, the running game's still not working. Christian Smolik, number 14 for the Commodores, not going anywhere. 2 straight plays, brings up 3rd and 10. We are under 45 seconds left now at the start of the play, at least. So we have about 1 full quarter left and a little bit of change in our pockets as well. Frazier has to come out with a big play right here to get a new set of downs.
They were running to the outside a lot in the first quarter, Zach, but Beth Center found a way to stop that and force them to run up the middle more, and that's been the big problem since. The pass was attempted, but it looks like it's going to be a safety again. And it looks like that will be the official call as a safety for Beth Center. They're going to get 2 more points back on the board. That might have been a touchdown, but unfortunately that was not a fumble in the end zone. It just ended up being a safety. We'll take a look at the replay though, Zach.
Yeah, and Tyler, thought it was a touchdown. I saw the touchdown signal from the referee, honestly, in the middle of the end zone. I saw a touchdown signal from the referee. You'll look right here on the replay. Oh, he says safety, though. So a little bit of confusion on that play, a close call. Beth Center's going to take the 2 points, but now Frazier has to kick the ball away. It's something they've done before tonight. We'll see if Nico Brown can do the same thing. As you see the score, we will keep it here, brought to you by the Physical Therapy Institute.
32-20 is the score. Beth Center currently leads. Last free kick chance there was for Beth Center. As you said, Zach, it was returned for a touchdown by Nico Brown, so they're looking to do the same thing. If you're Frazier, your special teams has to step up and stop that from happening again, and you got to play strong defense again. You can't allow Beth Center to score any more points.
This time they kick the ball away from Nico Brown, Tyler.
Not a bad decision there as it goes to Stay. Stay goes up the middle. He breaks a couple holes, but nonetheless, he's not able to break the final one. He'll be brought down around the 45-yard line. So pretty good field position for Beth Center to start again on offense.
Yeah, and there's only 8 seconds left, so you have to imagine if you see a run play here, that'll be the last one of the third quarter, and we'll go to the final quarter with a 12-point lead for Beth Center. But you never know. They might find some running room and score here, hit some pay dirt, and make it a 20-point game possibly before the end of the third quarter.
Absolutely. We'll see what happens there as quarterback Gino Fiata takes the under center. Fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself. He looks left. He's going to be rushed by Frazier. He's rushed again. He gets the pass off, but it's incomplete to Welsh. And the play and the overall score clock is at 0. So that should be the end of the third quarter here at Commodore Stadium. Beth Center putting on a show against Frazier right now as they lead 32-20. When we come back, actually, Zach, I have something better to do than go to commercial break, and that's actually something that we do on CUTV called the Hot Dog Score. The Hot Dog Score is an award that we hand out to every high school game that we go to the concession stand for supplying us with the best hot dog of the week, Zach. Usually we go with hot dogs. Sometimes we'll change it up and go with something else, some deep fried Oreos, some fried dough. But nonetheless, there you see the shot of the concession stand. They were very busy at halftime, but nonetheless, they were able to serve me one of the best hot dogs I've ever had in my life, Zach. And the overall score is 9.8. I can't agree with that more, Zach, because that was a delicious dog.
Absolutely, Tyler. I had one before the game as well, maybe half an hour before. And I know this is actually our highest score this season, as I believe we're going to look at our standings. It is the highest, 0.1 over California High School, the lowest being Carmichael's, followed by Charleroi, then Elizabeth Ford. But next week, when we visit Brownsville, we're going to have some deep fried Oreos, and I know those are very delectable and delicious, Tyler. And those are the two key words when you're trying to find food: delicious and delectable, in my opinion. And it's going to be very hard to beat those deep fried Oreos.
Absolutely. There is that beautiful concession stand that cooked up that beautiful dog for us. They had the grill rolling first thing when we got here, Zach, and it smelled amazing. And nonetheless, the smell was amazing, the taste was amazing. Everything comes into effect when it comes to a good hot dog. The aroma, the scent, the taste, everything is perfect on that hot dog. Not perfect, only 0.2 off, but I tell you, that's an amazing all-beef ballpark frank, if you will.
Yeah, well, we're technically not at the ballpark. We're at the stadium tonight, but still a good hot dog overall, Tyler. I haven't had a good hot dog in quite a while. As referees look like they might be delaying play. We're going to look at camera 3 now, though. And, Tyler, we're having a very fun night here under the Friday night lights. There was some lightning before it went away, thankfully for us, as we wanted to get this game underway.
No more lightning. As he takes a snap, he's going to hand it off to his running back up the middle. He'll go, and he'll be brought down around the 40-yard line.
And right there, we see a few-yard gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5 from the 41. So Beth Center, if they don't get this here, they'll probably punt it away with their kicker, Berdar, try and make Frazier really work for it in their comeback attempt.
They haven't been very successful of playing out of their own zone yet this game, Zach, and if they want to put any more points on the board, they're going to have to make that happen. They're only down 12 so it's a 2-possession game, but you got to start by putting points on the board soon. Fayetta takes a snap, pitches it out to his left to Welsh. Welsh is going to take it up the sideline, and he'll be brought down out of bounds. And I think that's going to bring up a 4th down situation.
That will bring up a 4th down. I think he got maybe 2 yards on the play. They're actually going to call it 4th and 1 from the 44, I believe.
It will be 4th and short. It's showing 4th and 1. Ball on the 37-yard line, so Beth Center's probably going to go for this, Zach. If not, that'd be pretty impressed. Your defense has been playing strong so far, so rely on your defense to continue that pattern. And they are going to go for it. Fayetta is under center. And there looks to be a false start on the offense. That might make things a little bit more interesting for Beth Center.
Yeah, and Fayetta, you can see his frustration coming off the play. Kind of, I guess you could say he whips his hair back and forth on that one as he throws his hands up in frustration, saying to his line, "What are you guys doing? We needed that 4th down. It was on number 54 for Beth Center." We'll have to look up exactly who that was on our rosters. That was Dakota Vilkos. I believe he had a penalty earlier in the game as well.
Yeah, that's the 2nd penalty of the game, Zach. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 6 play for Beth Center. Ball's on the 42-yard line. Their offense is going to stay out, though. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout from Beth Center as Ed Woods goes out on the field to talk to his team a little bit. Play clock was coming down to a 0, so good call by Beth Center to call the penalty before the delay of game penalty comes out. But let's go ahead and look at the upcoming high school games left in the season, Zach. You have Mount Pleasant, who is having a very phenomenal season, going to Brownsville to play the Falcons. And then Altoona finishing off the season with Connellsville. So 2 of our staff members currently with CUTV, Gary Smith and Kat Leberfinger, having their schools represented in these at least in the last upcoming games. There are some chances of us doing some playoff games later in the year, Zach. We usually do highlights on High School Roundup, but there's chances, more info coming later, of course, of us doing some high school games in the WPIAL and possibly even the PIAA. So, like I said, more information to come on that. You might see us again sometime in the near future, maybe in a more of a playoff role, though.
Yeah, Tyler, and I know Mount Pleasant, Brownsville next week. Mount Pleasant is currently beating Washington. The last time we looked at the score, 34-14. That one for bragging rights in the, and now it's actually 47-22. We just got another update. So Mount Pleasant looks like they're going to have bragging rights in the Interstate Conference this year. I believe if they won that game, they would have the title already, although I don't know if they played Jeanette yet, so they still have to do that this year.
Walsh shakes it up the right side, and he can't beat the last defender, but nonetheless, that's a big 4th down conversion for the Bulldogs as they reposition that scoreboard now to 1st and 10. What a play for the Bulldogs, and that just puts Frazier down a little bit.
Yeah, Tyler, they have really done
That is another Beth Center first down.
Good job tonight of running the ball on the field. Anthony Welsh done the most impressive job of running outside, and Jason Stave running through the middle as well. And I think if Beth Center scores on this drive, you have to imagine that'll be the final nail in the coffin for them.
Absolutely. Frazier just trying to fight at this point, trying to stop this high-powered offense at Beth Center. He takes a snap. He's going to throw over the middle. The receiver's there, and he'll be brought down for the big 1st down reception. And as they enter the red zone, Zach, Frazier really needs to come up with another big goal line stand if they want to have any chance in this one.
Yeah, Tyler, and that was one of our first completed passes in a long while for Beth Center, and the Bulldogs will look at their drive now on our drive graphic. They started around the 40-yard line, their own side, maybe the 35. Or they actually started at the 50, excuse me. Now they're around the 5-yard line looking to add some more.
Fayetta takes a snap, hands it off to his running back, and he'll take it up for a short gain.
And like I said, Tyler, if they get this in, has to be maybe the final nail in the coffin. There's going to be under 8.5 minutes left maybe when Frazier gets the ball back, down by possibly 19 or 20 points, and that's going to take a lot for the Commodores to come back from, which is very upsetting in front of your home crowd. You don't want to lose control of the game already, but the Commodores just haven't shown enough, in my opinion, to get back in this one.
Crowd's kind of dying down too, Zach, for Frazier. They were a big factor earlier in the game as Fayada takes a snap, and he's going to hand it up, and that's going to be a touchdown for Beth Center. The Bulldogs strike again, and they put 6 more points up on the board.
Yeah, that's Anthony Welsh again, I believe. That has to be, I think, his 2nd or 3rd touchdown of the game, so doing a good job running tonight. We've said it countless times. We can't reiterate it enough. But with this extra point attempt, they make it. They'll go up by 19 with about 8.5 minutes left, Tyler. The Commodores have to find, I guess you could say, the bunny in the magic hat, pull it out, and try and get the victory here tonight. It's going to take a lot of effort, though.
They need something lucky to happen on their side, or they just need to step it up a little bit on offense. They need to find a way around this Beth Center defense as the kick is up, and it is good. So another point added on to that scoreboard. It'll be 39-20 with 8:31 left in the 4th quarter. Beth Center currently rolling over the Frazier Commodores. When we come back, the rest of the 4th quarter right here on CUTV.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills 1 person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
You are watching CUTV, California University Television.
And we welcome you back to Commodore Stadium here in Perryopolis, Pennsylvania, where Beth Center currently leads Frazier 39-20, as you see on your Lee Supply Company scoreboard, sponsored for the 4th quarter. Beth Center just coming out big time ever since the 2nd quarter and really turning this game around and taking it into their own hands and putting up 39 points against a tough Frazier team. Frazier's going to return the ball up the left side. He goes, and he'll be brought down around the 20-yard line. It looks like there might have been a flag on the play, Zach.
Yeah, we'll have to see exactly what the penalty is going to be. Might be a block in the back or a holding on the kick return, which is something you normally see. We'll give you an update on some of the scores around the Tri-County South as well. Frazier, of course, actually, Tyler, it's going to be a holding on Frazier, so that's going to drive them back from the kick. Frazier losing to Beth Center right now. That's our big game in Tri-County South. Also, Carmichael's defeating Avella 34-21 currently, at least. They haven't finalized that game. We'll have to see Jefferson Morgan beating Vincentian 27-0. Mapletown over West Green 26-12. And then also we have one more here, I believe. No, that's actually all of them, Tyler. So a couple other scores in the Tri-County South.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive feat there for Carmichael's. Guy will place tomorrow, Zach. So so far, things working in Beth Center's favor for this Tri-County South as the pass is completed by Frazier. It looks like out went to Patterson. So he wasn't ejected totally from the game, just maybe for the series. But Patterson comes up big on that one.
And a big pass completion as we see Frazier's going to run with the no huddle now. They know they don't have a lot of time left to come back in this one. They need to do everything they can to get some points on the board.
2 timeouts to work with Frazier has, so they're going to try to use those wisely as they are currently down again by 19 points. So the clock's kind of playing against them right now, especially the way Beth Center runs their offense. As Manick takes the snap, looks to the left, and he's going to throw over the middle, and its pass is completed to Barrich.
Yeah, that's another reception for him on the night. It has to be at least 4 or 5. And Tyler, a score update that's kind of surprising. It's in Quad A, Gateway and Norwin. tied at 0, and that game's been going on for about 2 hours now. So we might have to see if Norwin can come away with the big upset in that one.
Absolutely. Zerwich on that last reception as Marich passes deep. And it is almost brought down by Dakota Hickson, but Manick's pass just not quite on the spot. I mean, it really was on the spot, Zach, but just not brought in.
Yeah, it would have been a miraculous reception by Dakota Hickson. I almost thought the Beth Center defender was having an easy interception there. He didn't. Hickson got his arm in the way, almost came down with it, of course, too. Now it's getting 3rd and 6 from the 49-yard line for Frazier.
7:31 left in this one, Zach. Manick under center, takes a snap, looks left. He throws left on the screen, but Zurich can't come down with it, and that's going to cause a 4th and about 6 for the Commodores.
And the Commodores have to go for it at this point. If they don't, then they're basically saying we give up on this game. They have to get some drive going now. 7:28 left. We'll have to see if they can get it here. If they get it, they have a heartbeat's chance. If they don't, you have to imagine this game might be over.
Especially, like I said, the way Beth Center's rush has been going on, that'll cause problems. And he's going to be brought down. Actually, he's going to be complete, but he has to beat some defenders to get to that first down line, and he does. He's got open field to his left side. That's Hickson on the run, and he's trying to be brought down by Beth Center, but can't do it. And the official play will be called down around the 25-yard line. Big 4th down conversion. Fans want a crowd. Currently wants a flag, and there's a flag there. There's a lot of stuff going on in the field right now, Zach, both in the stands and on the field. It's getting hectic out here.
Absolutely, Tyler. Looked like some Beth Center players were going against Frazier, and now that penalty is going to go against Frazier. We'll have to see how that affects their first down conversion. They're going to remake them do the 4th down, but Tyler, we mentioned it before, the best of the best every week we do in High School Roundup. That has a chance to be the best of the best. Miraculous play. Manick just throwing it up, and I believe that was number 2, Dakota Hickson, on the reception. Just running through the middle of the field, trying to find a hole. He did. Gets all the way to the 30-yard line. Now we'll have to see if it stands as a conversion or not.
I believe it's going to stand as a conversion. It will be 1st down and 10 for the Commodores. Beth Center's defense egging on the fans to continue to boo them. Just the crowd finally starting to get back into it. You have a very happy Bell Vernon fan section right now, Zach. Beth Center, rather. Frazier, not so much. A very angry fan base right now. So it just shows how much of a rivalry this really is, Zach. And it's getting bigger and bigger by the year.
Yeah, Tyler, you have to imagine next year when both these quarterbacks are gone, it's going to be a fighter's chance of who wins this game as Manick is out to pass, and the pass is incomplete. One official says it's complete, one says it's not. Now both say it's not. It was dropped at the 30-yard line.
That pass was not complete. There's a flag on the play now against the Beth Center coaching staff. One of the Beth Center coaches, we're talking to the ref, bad-mouthing him, and that's going to cause problems. And the rest of the Beth Center coaching staff not very happy with that call, as that's only going to help out Frazier in the long run.
Yeah, and we'll have to see if that coach is removed from the game as well. I know the referees don't like when the coaches get involved as well. They can leave it to the players. It is a sideline warning against Beth Center, so the coach can stay there, I believe. It's an automatic 1st down now for Frazier at the 40-yard line where they had it.
It's going to be a 2nd and 10, Zach. It was just, again, a sideline warning, so if it happens again, that's when penalties start getting tacked on. But nonetheless, Frazier now has a little bit of momentum in their favor, and they look to capitalize on it. Manick takes a snap. He's looking to his left. He's going to throw deep. He has the receiver open. He's there for the reception, but he's going to be brought down short of that goal line. It's going to be 1st and goal from about the 1-yard line. Frazier currently driving on Beth Center.
Yeah, Frazier, like I said, if they can get it here, they have a chance. There's always a chance if you can cut the lead down. They'd have it to about 12 or 11, depending on what they go for. But there's still a chance. 6:41 left. We can hear the Frazier crowd getting into it. The drive 10-yard line all the way out to the 3 now. That is a drive of 87 yards, Tyler.
Absolutely, it's Manick under center. He's going to look to his right. He's going to pass. He's rushed, though. He kind of flicks the pass forward. It's going to be complete. They're going to call it incomplete. It looks like he might have come up with it. Patterson, the intended receiver on the play. Good job by Manick, though, not being brought down in time.
I think, though, Tyler, as the receiver came down with that, I believe it's Patterson. Looks like as he rolls over, the ball does come out, so an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 3.
A very interesting turn of events here in this game. Frazier putting on a drive of the ages right now, and they're trying to put the ball in the end zone. Manick, a miscued snap right now. Patterson's going to fall on it. Actually, that's not going to be Patterson. That's going to be number 11, Manick again. He's actually 14. I apologize, Nicholas Smolik. But bad snap, silent snap on that one. Manick not ready at all as the center snaps the ball. And Manick just wasn't even expecting that one. And neither was Nicholas Smolik. And that's going to push Frazier back to the 20-yard line for a 3rd and goal.
Yeah, you rarely see 3rd and goals from the 20-yard line, Tyler. But Frazier really has 2 downs to work here. If Frazier can get to about the 5, they have a chance. As we have an update, Mount Pleasant defeated Washington tonight.
And the pass is complete to the right side to Zurich. Zurich takes it up, and he'll be brought down out of bounds around the 10-yard line. It's going to be 4th and goal from about the 10 or 11-yard line. And now it's time for Frazier to make something happen with 5:23 and ticking away left.
And like you said, Tyler, only about 5:15 left. Now, that's the one thing that's hurt Frazier the most, that they can't get the drive continue to go. They've had to go down to 4th downs a couple times. They're wasting some of the clock as well, and that hurts them with their comeback abilities.
Manick takes a snap, looks left. Play is called dead. And it looks like it might have been a timeout by Frazier. So with 5:01 left in the 4th quarter, Zach, we're going to do the tweet of the week here. We got one last minute from the real, I believe it's real Maddie _ice. But nonetheless, if you tweet us at CUTV_PA and use the hashtag CUTVBoost, Zach, we'll go ahead and read your tweet live on air. And Real Matty Ice's tweet reads, senior best center quarterback Gino Fietta looks for revenge tonight against Frazier, hashtag CUTVBooth. And that truer words couldn't have been said, Zach, honestly.
Yeah, like we said in the open, a close call in the 4th quarter last year, 4th and goal with about a minute left. Frazier came away with the victory at Beth Center. Now Beth Center's the road team, and they are pouring it on against Frazier tonight, 39-20, almost doubling their score. Frazier knocking on the door, trying to cut it though, with 5 minutes left. As during our little timeout, we saw an injured Beth Center player kind of come off the field with a limp arm, it looked like. So we'll have to see. It was number 60 for the Bulldogs. You'll have to look up on our roster who that was.
Number 60 showing Daniel Smith, offensive lineman. He's a junior, so a lot of impact possibly from that position. It looks like it might just be a Singer as he's kind of walking it off on the sidelines. Last chance for Frazier. Manick takes a snap, a lot of pressure, throws to the back of the end zone, and it's caught, touchdown! Frazier Commodores strike again with the help of Manick to Nathaniel Zurich.
And Tyler, that's, I believe, the 3rd touchdown, 2nd if I'm wrong. I know he had at least 2 tonight. Touchdown for Zurich, the junior tight end. He stands 6'1", I believe. 6'1", he's a junior tight end, so Manick really using him tonight. Now, Frazier, they're gonna go for 2, it looks like, which I don't know if that's the right play to do, because you're down by 14 now anyways. Why not just try and make it 13?
Manick takes a snap. No, it's actually going to be number 14 taking the snap, and he's going to shed one defender, throw it to the back of the end zone. He's there for the touch, and that's going to be a complete 2-point conversion. It looks like Nicholas Smolik was the well-attended quarterback on that one. Nonetheless, when we come back, the rest of the fourth quarter here on CUTV.
Explore new worlds. Read. Visit literacy.gov and let the journey begin.
You're watching CUTV, California University Television.
And we welcome you back to Commodore Stadium. Here, fourth quarter action, 4:46 left in the game. Best Center currently leading Frazier 39-28, but Zach, what a game this has been.
Absolutely, it has to be the best game we've done all season on High School Football Game of the Week, as it looks like we're going to have an onside kick attempt from Frazier now.
It's going to be a squib kick up the middle. Best Center definitely expecting that ball as he kind of fumbles the ball. The returner does. It's Nico Brown. Frazier is going to rip him down at around the 7-yard line. Frazier pinning Best Center back, but now it's time for the Commodores to step it up on defense and try to put an end to that Best Center offense.
Yeah, and it was a squib kick. We were both expecting an onside kick. Goes to Nico Brown, who has returned 2 tonight. He's also fumbled 2 returns as well. Before he started running, he did that on the opening kickoff to Best Center in their first offensive drive, and now this time almost cuffs it up, gives Frazier really good field position in the red zone. Try and cut it more, but luckily the Bulldogs came down on the ball and can start driving now and try and secure the victory.
If Frazier wants this game enough, Zach, their defense is going to have to prove it. Best Center is going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and that will be a gain for nearly no yards. Very short yardage at least, and time's going to continue to tick down for Best Center as the clock now reaches about 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
And Frazier has enough time to come back. If they stop them on this drive, I believe Frazier has 1 timeout left. They can use it on 3rd down, although our director tells me none left. I think there is one because they used one on a miscommunication and delay a game, and then another one later on the 4th down opportunity. So they might not have any left, but nonetheless, here's 2nd down.
Handoff goes up the middle, and he'll be brought down again right around the 15-yard line. Number 4 on the carry on that one is Matt Riggle.
And we've not really called Riggle's name a lot when it comes to carrying the ball. He's had a couple receptions on the night, doing a good job there. It will bring up 3rd and 5. So if the Commodores can stop Best Center here, they'll get pretty decent field position, although Best Center's kicker punter has a really strong leg, so they might be driven back to around the 30 or 20-yard line.
Hopefully nerves don't get the best of him if that situation comes, as Fayetta is under center. And there's a flag on the play. It looks like that might be a delay of game penalty, as the play clock did hit 0 as the flag was thrown. We'll see what the referees have to come up with, though.
You'll have to see if a timeout was called beforehand. It's actually offsides against Frazier. That's going to be an automatic 1st down, Tyler. That really changes the tide of this game. That might have just ruined Frazier's chances of coming back in this one. I hate to be the Debbie Downer right now, but Frazier should not have let that happen. That really hurts their chances.
Definitely a lot of miscommunication. Maybe, I don't know, just bad lining up. I don't know. The nerves are getting the best of the Commodores right now, Zach, as they're currently struggling as time is ticking now down to about 3 minutes. Best Center just utilizing that clock to their advantage. Fayetta takes the snap. Heads up the left side. He's going to go back to the middle, and Frazier's going to bring him down for a gain of about 3 yards.
And the one key for Best Center right now is their stable of running backs. They need to keep their hands on the ball Jason, stay right there. Had a couple punches being thrown at the ball, trying to knock it out. Almost, I think he almost lost a little bit on one of them, almost. So they just need to stay the course, no pun intended. Keep their hands on the ball, make sure they come away with this victory if they're able to come with the ball still. If they have to punt it away, at least they know there won't be as much time for Frazier to work with.
I just saw Timothy Carson for Frazier trying to maybe sneak on the play, being called to Fayetta as he takes a snap, and he'll be brought down. The ball actually comes, I thought it might have come loose, but nonetheless, he'll take it down to about the 26-yard line. Going back to what I was saying, 23, like I said, for Frazier, Timothy Carson, heading over to the Beth Center sideline every time Fayetta goes over to get a play call, trying to maybe see what they're trying to call. I don't think anything's really going in his favor, though. I don't think he's actually seeing anything that might help them out at all.
Yeah, just a little bit of a ploy technique, but I'd get a little suspicious. He might catch on to something about the play calling. So Gino Fayetta has to watch out here.
Fayetta fakes his handoff. It's going to be a pass over the middle. That's complete for the first down. Time now hits minute 20 seconds. And they're going to stop the clock to move the chains. Nonetheless, that's going to be a first down, and that's probably going to be basically it for Frazier. I can't imagine anything significant happening in the next couple minutes, at least in the next minute, as time continues again, Zach. Frazier puts up a heck of a fight, but they just can't pull it off in the end.
Yeah, and that one penalty on 3rd and 5 for the automatic first down is really what killed them. As we only have a minute left, Beth Center's going to walk away with the victory, revenging their defeat last year at home against these same Commodores. But this one, we definitely thought this was going to be a great game, Tyler. It's been the best one we've seen all season. As there's a flag on the play.
Looks like that's going to be a delay of game. False start actually against Beth Center. Too little, too late, though. That's going to be 10 yards, but that's not going to be significant enough to change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, Beth Center's still going to walk away with the victory. And 39-28, a lot more scoring going on this year than last year, absolutely. And both these defenses really, I don't think, came to play today. Beth Center's was a little bit better, but Frazier's, their defense just didn't show up, and that's what they really needed to come away with the victory. As this is going to be the last play of the game, the play clock will wind everything down, and Beth Center will walk away with a victory.
As you see them coming off the field now, Fayetta very happy, telling Frazier's crowd to maybe silence up a little bit, that this rivalry is now in their hands, in Beth Center's hands. Bulldogs now have control of the Commodores, at least for this year.
Yeah, Tyler, it's such a great game, and I know you're going to send it off now. Hopefully we'll have one as good next week.
Absolutely. We always look forward to those. But nonetheless, that's going to do it for us here at CUTV. We thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for next week when we come back with some more high school Game of the Week here on CUTV.